divorce court is now in session.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here today with Dominique Parker and Ron Dixon. The two of you have been together, get this, 7 years. Wow. Still can't decide whether or not they should get married, so they've come to me for my advice. They gave me a copy of their marriage license with permission to tear it up should I find that their union is ill-advised. They've given me a compatibility test, which you took, which alarmed me. So I'm going to talk about that later, but before we get to that, Ms. Parker, I'm going to start with you. I know you love him. You've been with him 7 years. Why are you hesitant to marry him?
Because Ron stays out a lot. He'll come home from work on a Thursday, leave out to go hang out with his friends, won't return home for a couple of days.
A couple of days?
A couple of days, yes. One Thursday, he knew he was going to have a storm. I waited for Ron to come home. He didn't. About 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, during all this rain, and our area was flooded. So in comes Ron, 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, drunk as usual. In his mind, he figured I was cheating or whatever reason. He packs all his stuff up, proceeds to go out the door, and like I said, it was flooded. So when he took one big step, his clothes and everything else went with the water. His clothes going one way, Ron went the other way. So after that, Ron came in the house and proceeded to do it again. And my thing is, when Ron stays out, get drunk with his friends and everything else, that really bothers me. That it bothers me a lot. And I tell Ron, this bothers me. But still,
Were
Ron...
you drunk rolling down the river with your clothes because you walked out in a storm?
Judge, I wouldn't say I was drunk. I had been drinking.
Yeah.
And, you know, I did come home because of the storm. Being that the area was flooded, we have tunnels.
Right.
And through the tunnels, you know, it was a water advisory, so I couldn't make it there at the time.
Right.
However, what I did do was be ill-advised to the advisory and still made it home. Even though it was 3 o'clock in the morning, I still made it there so that I can be with her throughout the storm.
But once you got there, did you leave again while it was still flooding?
No, I couldn't leave because it was flooded.
But she said you were outside riding the tide. Did that happen?
What happened was we had gotten an argument because I came in at that particular point in time, and rather than sit there and argue with her, I just decided that I would grab a couple of things and I would just leave.
Now see, that's 9 pound of ridiculous. You've got a life-threatening situation outside the home. You've got a woman inside the home. You're going to risk your life and her safety by going out in a river because you don't want to argue. You see what the problem is?
Yeah,
there?
but why would I sit there and continuously listening to arguing and nagging?
Because it's flooding out. That's why you don't want to drown.
I mean, I feel like I would have been okay. I mean, I was in a vehicle. It wasn't as high as, you know, the vehicle was. So I felt like I could have just got some things. Even if I would have just sat in the car, I could have just camped out in the car for that night.
I get tired of waiting on him.
Yeah. Is this a frequent event?
Yes.
Give me kind of the expanse, what you see about his failure to come home.
Once again, say he's going out hanging with his friends or co-workers, and he would go hang out, but it'd be, okay, Ron, I text Ron, okay, it's such and such time. He'd say, I'm coming, babe, I'm coming. The next thing you know is a day or two later. So it's like, it's always, I'm coming, but you never come home. But I know where he's at. The point is, I don't care if I know where you at or who you with, if you're with your friends or not, you're supposed to be home with me.
When you leave, do you stay for several days?
No, not all the time, Your Honor. There has been
On occasion.
No, there has been instances where I have, but she makes me do these things because of her attitude and her nagging and her complaining. I'm like this. I'm not gonna sit here and argue or fuss and fight with you. I just rather eliminate myself from the situation and let cooler heads prevail.
What does she typically argue and fuss and fight about?
Well, it can be just with me being out with my friends. She know when she met me that I had a close knit circle of friends. We all get together at various times. We go out, we drink, we hang at each other's houses. And sometimes it can be late into the wee hours of the night. It can be late because, I mean, that's something that we do. Oh, I've invited her on several occasions. However, she don't indulge like that. She doesn't drink like that. And, you know, a lot of times when we're out late, that's not her thing. She's not one to stay out late a lot of times. So, you know,
now,
she knows where I'm at.
Let me ask you a question. You get a woman, you know, first of all, you're single, you're running around, you're doing what you want to do. And you find a woman you like. and you bring her home and you install her in your house, do you alter your behavior at all as a function of the fact that your domestic situation has changed?
Yes, I have. I've altered my behavior
and tell me
a great
how
deal
you've
of a lot.
altered your behavior. What's different now that you have her?
Well, a lot of things is different. Like I said, a lot of this is in the beginning, where I don't stay out like I used to. I communicate with her more. And, you know, a lot of times I'd be willing to spend time with her. However, when I'm there, her thing is she's in the phone. That's my issue with her.
Okay.
She's either on social media or playing games.
Now, Ms. Parker, now, wait a minute. Now, take a moment. Take a deep breath. Lean back.
Yeah, I'm leaning way back.
Are you, when he is home, is it a pleasant place for him to be? Or is there attitude or electronics and nothing else?
It could be our attitude in the beginning. My phone, because I'm always with my phone. He's not home.
That's her problem. She's with the phone.
I'm with my phone.
But when he does come
he
home,
comes
do
home
you
and he
put
goes
the
to
phone
sleep.
down?
He said we cannot communicate. I get more communication out of him when he's drunk and sleep. I can ask him any kind of questions, and he will answer them. So therefore, he can't say when he's home, he don't want to be bothered. He's on the same phone I'm in, he's in his phone too. He's on social media talking to this person and that. He just left his friends and still talking to them on social media. So what do I supposed to do?
Yeah, I see what the problem is, but beyond that, I understand that, Ms. Parker, you've got some attitude problems that has to be addressed.
Out of the blue, here she comes, steaming, steps in between me and the female. I'm his lady, why are you in his face? And I'm sitting there trying to explain to her that this is, you know, this is a mutual friend of ours, you know, this and that, and we're talking about a ceremony.
Now, did you do a frontal assault on a woman you didn't know because you were concerned about what was going on? So, Mr. Dixon, I'm going to start with you. You say she has attitude problems, that she's angry and jealous. Give me the best story you have to illustrate that.
Well, Your Honor, one time we were out with some friends. We were at a bar. Now, this was a childhood friend that I've been knowing for a long time. She's also associates with a mutual friend of ours as well. So we're out and we're conversing. She comes to me, she said, hey, Ron, I haven't seen you in a long time. I'm letting you know that I'm having a graduation ceremony for my son. I want you to take my number and I'm gonna give you the number to get to the place where, you know, you can come and help us celebrate. Out of the blue, here she comes, steaming, steps in between me and the female.
And what'd she do?
What are you taking his number for? Why are you in his face?
Give me the
I'm
full
his lady.
gesture. Was there anything else going on physically?
I mean, no, it was just her body language, neck rolling, she was in the way. Who are you? I'm his lady, why are you in his face? Why are you giving him your number? And I'm sitting there trying to explain to her that this is, you know, this is a mutual friend of ours, you know, this and that, and we're talking about a ceremony.
Now, did you do a frontal assault on a woman you didn't know because you were concerned about what was going on?
Yes, because Ron had, when he has a lot of female friends, grant that. He can have female friends, but I can't have guy friends. He's one-sided, he's so one-sided. But every time we're at this place, he has females jumping on him, hugging him. But if I would've did the same, like the same place, I have a mutual Facebook friend. How you know these people? So hey Diamond, how you doing? Gave me a hug. And Ron watches from the front door, came in at me. If I see him hugging on you again, we're gonna have problems. But it's okay.
Is that accurate?
No, the difference with her female friends is this. The female friends that I have, we grew up, it's nothing sexual, it's nothing more, it's no other type of attraction. Her guy friends, they're looking for something more.
Now, I want to talk about that for a minute because you have a specific concern with the respect to the way she dances, which gives you ideas about the way she's dealing with the dudes in her life. So why don't you tell me what your concern is?
Well, Your Honor, one time we were in a Mexican bar, and you know, the music is playing and things like that. So her uncle wanted to go. We need to go get some more cash. He was drinking a little bit, so they asked me to drive for him, which is, I say, only about 10 minutes away. So we get in the vehicle, we drive. I tell her, sit here at the table.
And you know it's ratchet because she's smiling already.
Right. We're coming back.
You know.
It would only take 10 minutes. I tell her, watch my drink. We'll be right back. We're going to get the money and come back. So by the time we go get the money, come back to the bar, I goes to the table, I'm looking for her. She's nowhere to be found. So keep in mind, I'm looking around. Everyone is 5'2", 5'3". Here I am, 6'4". So I can see clearly across the dance floor.
Right.
And I'm looking and I'm looking. And all of a sudden, I see a little crowd gathering. And I'm looking and I see her. She's dancing with the guy. Now keep in mind, it's Latino music playing.
Right.
But she's up there like she's Beyonce. Gyrating, shaking her butt, and
Was
all
she
up on the guy.
dropping it?
Dropping it like it's hot.
Was there any twerking?
She was so close with this guy, she left no room for Jesus.
That made the story worth it right there. No room for Jesus. Clearly what we have here is two people who simply don't trust each other. So I gotta figure out, why is it you two have been together for 7 years, but don't trust each other?
For one, you were left alone, so I was hurt. It made me feel like I wanted to be there for you. Also, it hurt me and it put distrust in me because it made me feel like I couldn't trust you because you didn't let me know. So it was a mixed emotion there that it was hard for me to describe, and it hurt me and it pained me.
Let me tell you what jumped out at me. The one just red flag, alarm, 5-alarm fire thing I saw. My understanding is Ms. Parker had an abortion and did not tell you.
Yes, she did.
How did that make you feel when she had that abortion and didn't tell you? Did that change radically your decision whether or not she would be a person with whom you could build a life?
Well, it made me feel...
Tell her.
Well, it made me feel like that, for one, you were left alone, so I was hurt. It made me feel like I wanted to be there for you, to go through what you went through, because I know that wasn't easy. Also, secondly, it hurt me and it put distrust in me because it made me feel like I couldn't trust you because you didn't let me know. So it was a mixed emotion there that it was hard for me to describe, and it hurt me and it pained me. But at the same time, I didn't know what to think and how to look at you, but I did empathize and sympathize with you.
Very well said. Now, Mrs. Parker, I'm gonna give you an opportunity. Tell him why you felt like you had to do it. Tell him.
I had to do it because you wasn't there. How do I know you feel these things? You didn't show it. You was with someone else. So how you think that made me feel? You talking about your hurt and pain, but you not, and don't realize the pain that you caused me. That was painful on me. That was very painful on me.
Did you hear her?
Yes.
Did you hear him?
Yes.
This is how you have a conversation, people. This is how it gets done. This is a before your vows, not a break my heart. So I want you to take 30 seconds, Ms. Parker, 30 seconds, why he's the dude. Despite all this, don't say nothing negative. Give me something to work with. Why might he be the guy for you?
Because he's a driven person. He's a lovable person, and I know he is. I love him because who he can be and who he actually is. I love him for his flaws. I love him for everything he actually is. I don't look at that because it's genuine love there.
That's not too good. I love him for his flaws, but you don't say, you know what I mean? But
Yes.
but you're mad about his flaws and you're angry about his flaws.
Yeah, but I still love him for him.
So what you're telling me is he's really flawed, but I love him anyway.
Yes.
And
C minus.
I'm gonna work with that a little bit. He said C minus, I'll take that. Mr. Dixon, do better than she did. 30 seconds, why you love her.
Well, she's a very, very attractive person. She's been there for me. I know that she will be there to have my back. However, I also know that, during the times where we was going through something, she stuck in there. I love her because she's funny, she's witty. She's also a driven person, Your Honor. And, she's always there if I'm feeling down to give me a word up. She's a spiritual person. She always have faith that I don't have somehow, and she just keeps me going. She says things, she encourages me, and she's always uplifting.
Brother got an A.
He got it.
Brother got an A.
And that's what I love about him.
And now, I'm going to tell you what I think you ought to do about what we got going on right here. As raggedy as your situation appears to be, I'm a fan. And I'm going to tell you why I'm a fan. You're two mature people. You're making young people mistakes, but I think that you have the capacity to go beyond that, especially because of what you said, Mr. Dixon. I think everything he said about you is absolutely 100% true, that you are down for him, that you're there for him, that you're witty, intelligent, and encourage him. I'm going to tell you what I wrote down when I saw your compatibility test. I said, neither one of them knows what it is to be in a relationship. You two are like LeBron James and Steph Curry. You're supposed to be like Steph and Durant and LeBron and Kyrie. I know they traded him, but that's the only name I know. You're conducting a single life while you're trying to pursue a committed life, and that's not going to work. It's going to be the team Parker-Dixon if it's ever gonna work. Team Parker-Dixon comes first. You come home more often than you go out. And when he does come home, you reward him with your time and your attention and your love. Make him happy that he's there. Work to make sure that, and make her happy that you came home. Don't fight to remain single. Don't fight for your right to gyrate. It's not, that's not what, I used to. But I don't do that around, because I got a husband now. And I save all my best stuff for over there. And that's what you have to do. You two are both trying to be successfully single while having the other one installed as a partner. That doesn't work. Do you see what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
It's a conversation. It's a discussion. It's about how we're going to get to where we're going, not how often can I get out or how mad can I get, how low can I go on the dance floor, or how many women I can see. It's all about how can I make his day better? How can I make her day better? How can I change who I am and what I do to make this a valuable union? You don't know what it is. You're mature people. You're people who have jobs. You work. You should work it out. Now, I'm not going to give you your license back because y'all ain't ready. But I'm going to send you to a counselor who's going to get you in a position to get ready. And that's what I hope you do. This matter is adjourned.
When I heard how Ron felt about me, I feel that we can make it. He can be husband material, that we really can go further in this.
As far as the things that she didn't like about me hanging out as much, so what I'm gonna do is work on that and start to come home more, put a little bit more time into our relationship when I am home so that we can make this thing work.
On Divorce Court today, can a couple overcome a 40-plus year difference in their ages? Thomas met Asia when she was only 19 and could have hit it and quit it, but he loves her 2 kids, and now they have a baby on the way. Should they marry? Asia Taylor and Thomas Sanders have brought their dispute for Judge Lynn Toler to resolve. Testimony in Divorce Court Before Your Vows starts now.
This is a Before Your Vows. You two are considering getting married. You've got a baby on the way, but you're not quite sure this is something that you want to do, so you've come to me for my advice. You've taken a compatibility test, and I have your license here, which I can either return or get rid of, depending on my decision, because you've given me permission to do that. But I want to talk to you a little bit first about this union. Now, obviously, the very first thing that comes to mind is that there is a huge age difference here. You are 20, you are 62.
Correct.
Okay? So we know that there are some issues there. But Ms. Taylor, I'm going to start with you. Why do you love him? Why do you think this is the thing to do? But why do you still have concerns?
Well, I love him because he's sweet. He treats me like I'm someone special. He spoils me like no other, you know. He's patient, he's sensitive, and he's
What are your
different from everyone
concerns?
else. He's starting to distance himself from me. He's starting to pull away. I'll be sitting in the room, he'll come in from work, and he'll sit in the living room instead of coming in the room to, you know, be greeted or sit with me, spend a little time with me. He'll sit away from me. Seem like he make up reasons to leave the house. Mm-hmm. You know, I don't get it.
Mr. Sanders, why don't you tell me why you believe Ms. Taylor is the woman for you and the nature of your concerns regarding the union?
Well, when I first met her, we met, and she was real nice and sweet, considerate, caring, you know, willing to share. Mm-hmm. And later on, after we got into a relationship, things started going in a different direction.
How did it start to change?
Well, after I gave her a ring, and we had talked about marriage, she started to going through my telephone and picking fight, waking up angry all the time, questioning me about different things that really wasn't nothing to talk about.
It was something to talk about,
No, let's not argue with him here. I mean, you're proving this point already. Ms. Taylor, are you jealous, and do you have reason to be jealous?
I might be jealous a little bit, but it started off with he lied to me about certain phone calls. He told me, like, when we first met, he told me it was his brother who was calling, but actually it was a girl he was meeting up with, or he knew, or he was dating at the time, or I don't know, but it was her. It was not a brother. So that's what started me going through the phone.
Now, Mr. Sanders, was there a woman that was calling and
Yes.
you pretended that she was your brother?
Well, yes, it was a woman that was calling. By the fact, it was several women that was calling.
Right.
And in the beginning, it wasn't like I was into her. It was just a person I met, we was messing around, okay? So I was trying to keep my little thing going on the side in the beginning. Even though I was being with her, I was still talking with them. It wasn't going any further
Mr.
conversation.
Sanders, with your 62-year-old self, you got it going on.
Too
You got a
much.
young 20-year-old to mess around with, and you got the other women, everybody taking care of this. Let me ask you this. Was it, when you first started dealing with Ms. Taylor, was it just a fun thing to do, or were you looking to have some kind of relationship? Or did the relationship just kind of happen up on you?
Well, when I first met her, she was just a pretty young girl that looked nice. I figured I would take it and enjoy it. And when I was going to enjoy it, I was going to hit it real good and go about my business.
You were going to hit it and quit it?
Yes.
No. That's not what happened.
That
What do
wasn't
you-
what
what do
happened,
you-
but that was my intention.
That was your
that
intention. It's
was-
not what happened, but that's what you were looking to do.
Right.
Ms. Taylor, what do you think happened?
I think soon as we first met, he was into me, and I think he was looking for a relationship. Because this is from my perspective. He was moving around, moving too fast. Most of the girls he was dealing with was not just dealing with him. And he was looking for someone to pretty much settle down with. This is what I thought. And, you know, that's what he presented to me. The first thing he told me was to not give myself away to no one else. We've only known each other for a week. So how was it a hit it and quit it if you're telling me not to be involved with anyone else?
Did you say that?
Yes.
Yeah. A fellow will do that. Even whether he wants you forever or not. He wants you to be faithful to him, whether or not he's going to be faithful to you. And not that men are bad guys or anything like that, but this is just kind of like the nature of the creature. What you saw in him as nice and wonderful, he's in my era. And dudes in my era knew how to treat a woman. So what you're seeing there is the beauty of an older generation, of a man who kind of knows how to come across at a woman. And you're a cute young thing, and he's telling you the truth here today. You were a cute young thing. He wanted to keep you to himself for that purpose. And you misread it as, I'm special in the beginning. Now, you became special later, but I'm just telling you what it was in the beginning. Did I get that right?
Yes, you got it perfect.
It's because we've been out there. When did it start to change for you, Mr. Sanders?
Well, after we was in the relationship, after she spent the night and we messed around a few times and the kids came involved, the little boy came up to me and said, Daddy.
Now, she has 2 children.
Yeah, 2 kids.
2 kids that are not yours.
Right.
Right, okay. And that's what we're talking about
and
now.
And the little boy, they catered to me, and the little boy, he just fell in love with me. And he wasn't calling me Daddy. He couldn't even talk. And I looked at her, I said, is he saying what I think he's saying? She said, yes. He's calling you Daddy. I don't know where he got it from. But the little boy was so into me. And he just grabbed me, just wrapped me around his little finger. She was nice and sweet. So I didn't have a problem with that.
Right, right.
You know.
And so you were stepping into the breach there, sort of.
Yes.
She's beautiful, you like her, you fell in love with her kids.
Yes.
And you thought, well, why not make this your relationship?
Yes.
Why not make her your wife? I get it.
Yes.
I do. I get it.
Next, what kind of stink does Asia's violent temper tantrums cause? Are you considering marriage but aren't sure that your intended is really right for you? Call toll-free at 1-877-311-2222 or visit our website at divorcecourt.com. Become a fan at facebook.com/divorcecourt. Real problems, real solutions. Divorce Court continues.
Mr. Sanders, I want to get to the point in time when you proposed to her, because you say after you proposed, things changed radically. So why don't you tell me what changed?
Well, as I proposed to her, I had already noticed that she wanted to go to a friend's house all the time and hang out and come back home. And she started waking up with this attitude, waking up mad. And when I want to go through my telephone, want to question me about different numbers, if I ignored her, she'd get mad, throw things, break things, accuse me of things. And I was looking at her like, what the hell
is going on here?
Yes. So then I went to question her. And she would sometimes open up and tell me what she was going through. And other times she'd be in so much rage, she'd just be raging.
Ms. Taylor, Mr. Sanders says that you changed once he proposed. Do you acknowledge that, or do you think that's not what happened?
No, I believe I've been the same person I've been since I met him.
Okay. Let me ask you this. Are you a little hot-tempered?
Yeah.
Okay. What sets you off?
Well, morning times is, and this is no excuse, but I wake up and my mind is all over the place. I think about a lot. And Thomas is a great person. He really is. And I feel like I don't know if he can do better or he will do better, but it gives me ideas, and I upset myself.
So you keep thinking about, well, he may get somebody else, he may do something, and so by the time you are talking to him, you're so worked up about a jealousy that has not been called for, there's nothing you can do. You're already enraged.
Yeah.
Because you're what-ifing and maybeing all up in your head.
Right.
Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay. Tell me of some of the more dramatic moments that you've had when you've been with Ms. Taylor.
Well, she'll wake me up with my phone in her hand, asking me who this number is. Okay, coming out of the sleep, I don't know what you're talking about.
Right.
So I'm talking about, what are you talking about? What number? Sometimes I can remember who it is, sometimes I can't. I'll cut the phone, pop it on, see who it is myself. Sometimes I put it on speaker.
You never put it on speaker.
Anyway, make a long story short, she'll get to going through her rage. She'll knock everything off the dresser and grab something and throw it up against the wall. And I mean, she just go through. If I try to walk away, she'll grab me, turn me back around. You don't walk on me. You don't listen to me. And I mean, she just go through it.
Now, what am I looking at?
This is my car.
Yeah?
She get mad. She kick dents in the car.
Joe, could you bring that to
I
me,
kicked
please?
a dent in the car.
I tell her.
You did that dent?
Yeah.
You were hot. I mean, that's not a little...
We had an agreement. The agreement was he taught me how to drive, and he said when I'm not using the car for work, I can use the car. I wanted to use the car, and he took the keys from me. I kept asking him. We ended up getting into an argument, and I told him I'm gonna kick his car if he don't give me the keys back, and he didn't give me the keys back, so I kicked the car.
Did he give you the keys after you kicked the car?
Yeah.
Well, believe it or not, she didn't kick the car. She talking about keying up the car. She grabbing on me. She threatening me. And if it's that important, you take this car.
It's not that serious.
No,
you
it's
can
not
have
that
it.
serious.
Why didn't you want her to have it in the first place?
Because I told her not to get on the freeway in my car. She have a permit. She don't have a driving license. She's just going through the neighborhood. But she's gonna go all the way from LA to Glendora on her own on the freeway.
Were you gonna do that with the permit?
Did it.
Oh, yeah, I did. I was so happy to drive. I knew I could.
But
I knew I could drive.
you won't be able to drive. The police catch you. You'll be suspended
Right.
before you ever get your license.
Right.
You know, patience is something a mother has to have. It's like not right now, and you've got a full-grown man here who's mature and lived a life, and you can't act like you're 15.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that was a 15-year-old move.
When divorce court before your vows continues, what immature secret will the compatibility tests reveal?
Thomas is 40-plus years older than Asia. Do you think that age difference should be a deal breaker for her? Call 1-800-282-1991 to vote now and see if America agrees with your opinion. You'll also receive some valuable offers.
If you would like your case heard on Divorce Court, call us toll-free at 1-877-311-2222 or log on to our website at divorcecourt.com and join the conversation on Twitter at Divorce Court. Divorce Court before your vows continues.
I went through your compatibility tests, and I must say that yours screamed at me 20. Nothing wrong with being 20. 20's fun. 20 looks good. But 20 is not very thoughtful. I asked a question in the beginning of the compatibility test to ask each side what they want to give and what they want to receive in a marriage. He answered the question. He told me what he wanted from you and what he was going to give you. You told me more time and a lot more sensitive towards me, and you're going to give him less attitude. That's not even answering the question. You're just addressing the problems. You don't have a sense of what do I give a man as a wife? Will I give him support and love and time and care? And you didn't even answer the question because you didn't understand the nature of the question because you're just caught up in the whirlwind of right now. And that to me is very, very alarming. You ought to be alarmed as well. Mr. Sanders, I got to say, on paper, I was prepared to come out here and kind of like a lascivious old dude that was preying on this young girl. I do like you. I think you're a good guy. I really, really, really wish you hadn't impregnated her. I think you're old enough to know better and old enough to make sure that doesn't happen. And to saddle a 20-year-old, and she's already got 2 kids, with another child. And and let's be frank, Mr. Sanders, when this kid is 15, you're going to be 77. You don't have a lot of baseball throwing years left.
Yes.
And that was thoughtless and destructive and selfish and wrong to do that, okay? I'm just going to say that. It may be current, everybody's doing it, but you knew better.
Yes.
And I know you knew better because you were raised when I was raised.
Yes.
And shame on you. But I will say this. I think you were in for the hit it and quit it, and you saw her need for you, and you filled it. And for that, I am not angry. For that, I give you props. And your compatibility test shows you that that's what you were doing. That she had kids that needed a father figure, and you were willing to do that, except now you're in a situation where, as your compatibility test screams, you're just immature. You're just mad all the time, hot and angry, and he's too distant, he's too distant. He's distant because you're not bringing anything to the table for him. You're not bringing a thoughtfulness, intellect and understanding and compassion. You're just bringing him tornadoes, and he needs something other than that. And I think you're so afraid because I think you don't have a lot to give in that department for the only reason that you were 20. I was a hot mess when I was 20. I was a hot mess in college, but I was still a hot mess. Ridiculous is what 20 is for. So you are 20. And I gotta tell you, when you're 50, he's gonna be 92 or you're gonna be a widow. One of the two.
Yes. Judge Lynn Toler's ruling next. Divorce Court. Judge Lynn Toler's ruling right now.
You know, I'm really conflicted, and it might seem weird that I'm conflicted about this, but you need a father figure. You do.
I know.
And he's doing a good job at being your father figure.
Yeah.
And now that you're pregnant and you got 2 other kids, should he not remain and take care of that which he created? That's what I have on one hand. On the other hand, I don't think you're ready to be married, but I don't think you're ready to have 3 kids either, and that's already happened. So what do I say? You go away so she can be alone in this? Or do I say you stay and help deal with part of a huge problem that you created and to be that solid male figure in her life and love her and care for her because she's out there flapping in the wind and
Yes.
you did that?
Yes, I did.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
You need to grow up, Ms. Taylor.
I know.
Listen to what he has to say. I don't say, you know, do what he tells you, but he knows so much, and he does love you, and he does love your kids, and you need to grow up so you can be a wife to him and not a child for him. And I want you to do something other than, you know, go to school.
Yes.
Become interesting. Become whatever, because, you know, as things progress, you know, this is your opportunity to become better than you are. Not that you're not a good person, but you don't have enough underneath you to become solid. So I don't mind y'all getting married. You know, it seems weird, but I don't. But you got to remember what your role is.
Yes.
Don't you dare get her pregnant again. You know what I mean? Don't you dare.
Yes.
And you have to be patient with her because she is a child. And you have to love her into womanhood, not push, scream, holler, or otherwise distance yourself until then. You have to love her into it. And you need to become a person in your own right. You use him as a foundation, but you become a person in your own right. And you pursue that. And don't be worrying about who he's calling and all that nonsense. If you're a person in your own right, if he does end up leaving you, it'll still be okay because you're standing up all by yourself. And if you live that fear that he's going to leave you, you will create the leaving that you were trying to prevent.
Right.
Okay? So, as odd as it seems, I'm handing this sucker to you. It's going to be a tough road for both of you. It really, really is. But I'm trying to make the best out of a bad situation. So, good luck and good luck. This matter is adjourned.
Asia has taken the judge's ruling to heart, and Thomas is allowing her room to grow. Post a comment or submit your case at divorcecourt.com or call toll-free 1-877-311-2222. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter at Divorce Court.
Today on Divorce Court.
I don't want to be just the other girl. Like, I'm too old now. I've been married, grandkids, and everything. It's time for me to sit down.
I want the judge to tell Sheree to grow up and act her age. You can't wear booty shorts at 45 years old. You got grandkids.
No matter what, it's all about sex.
When I first met her, I told her that I like to have sex. She agreed that she liked to have sex too.
He's a good guy. Like, I love him. He rubs my feet.
Sheree makes me happy. It's just certain things that I disagree with.
I don't want him playing with me, and I don't want to play with him.
Divorce Court is now in session.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here today with Sheree Johnson and Marshall Meeks. Ms. Johnson, Mr. Meeks, you two have been together for 4 years, living together for a year and a half now. You just sick of one another. And we're going to call it a day. Ms. Johnson, I'm going to start with you. Why don't you tell me what's going on and why we're here in divorce court?
Well, I've been bamboozled, Your Honor. I moved from Dallas to Arkansas with Mr. Meeks, Marshall, and I get there, and I find out that he's been having messages on his phone and some cheats and some sexual activity on Facebook and social media. And I'm just like, I don't understand if I'm supposed to be here because I'm still here after it all. You know, after 3 or 4 times of finding stuff. But
give me an example of the types of things that you're running into on social media.
Oh, pictures of big booty girls, you know, bouncing, you know, stuff like
oh,
that.
Yeah, the jiggle thing.
Yeah, and then the sex, you know, they had that show where, you know, do the boop, boop, boop. Yeah. So, you know, I see that on his Facebook, and I get people calling me, you know.
Now, do you have a lot of that on your Facebook page?
Yes, ma'am, I do, but it's not people that I know. It's just reposts that I see on Facebook.
Any booty you see jiggling, you repost it.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. It's not.
It's got to be a nice one.
Yes, ma'am.
Definitely.
Does he do any messaging or anything directly to other individuals?
Well, yes. For example, like we were in Texas and he get a phone call on the phone, and I was like, well, who's that on the phone? He's like, I don't know who it is. And he doesn't know for 3 or 4 months. And then all of a sudden, the phone call rings at his mom's house phone, and I answer, and it's a woman on the phone. And I'm like, hello? She's like, can I speak to Marshall? I'm like, well, who is this? This is his girl. And I'm saying, Marshall, telephone. He's like, hang up, hang up, hang up. I was like, no. So she calls back again. I was like, hello? Put him on the phone now. He doesn't have a choice. I was like, Marshall, get on the phone now. So I'm just so upset because he didn't know who this woman was 3 months prior. He doesn't know know her
that's
name.
what he claimed.
Yeah,
anyway.
He doesn't know her, but she has the house phone, his mom and dad's house phone, not a cell phone. And then another time she calls right in the middle, we're getting home for the New Year's. You know, New Year's, we're about to get naked. The phone rings.
I wasn't ready for that.
The phone rings, and it's the same name. And I'm put my short pants back in my legs. I'm going back over here in the dark because upstairs it's totally dark if the lights are out. He's like, what's wrong with you? Oh, that's that girl you don't know. She's calling us at midnight.
Do you know who this girl you don't know is?
Your Honor, I've been knowing who the girl is. The only difference is I answer the phone. She just don't answer the phone when guys call her phone.
So are you seeing this woman?
No.
What
No,
was
ma'am.
she calling you for?
Nothing. She was just calling to say Happy New Year's. I answered the phone in front of her.
Well,
I
she's
didn't-
been calling to say Happy New Year's for months.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Right.
Well, what were the other calls for?
What she's talking about is stuff from Facebook. Like, this person doesn't even stay anywhere close near us. So it's a Facebook conversation, but she have Facebook conversation with guys all the time.
Well, what kind of conversation you having on social media that upsets her? What's going on? Are they sexual in nature?
No, ma'am. It's nothing sexual.
I object. I object.
Give me an example. Tell me where he's lying.
On his page, on my phone that I have, it's a picture, and it says, who has the best, you know, stuff, you know? And it's got a picture of this lady.
You have it on your phone?
Yeah, I do. And it's on his page that he says that he doesn't have.
You know, with that being said, though, I don't know who it is.
But it is on your page.
Yes,
See
I
his
got a
name
lot
at
of
the
pictures
top?
on my page.
Ooh, that's what I said. Huh? Slide to that way. Yeah.
Yeah, I
That's
think
his
she's being extra, Your Honor.
Huh?
I think she's being extra because I don't even know this.
That's extra. That's a whole lot of extra.
Uh-huh.
Do you talk to women as well on those things, or it's just the posting of the pictures?
It's just the posting of a picture. I don't even know
How
who else
old are
went
you?
on. I'm 32.
And that still happens in your 30s.
Yes, ma'am. I don't see anything wrong with posting pictures that I don't even know who they are.
Okay, what do you think the problem is in your relationship?
Because
she's leaving you.
Because it's a
She's
whole
sick
bunch of
of
different
you.
problems.
Huh?
Yeah, I mean, that could probably go both ways, Your Honor, because...
Is she doing sexually inappropriate stuff?
Yes, ma'am.
Tell me about
All
it.
the time. She go out, stay out all night long. I don't know where she at. She don't answer my phone calls or text message. And then when she come home the next morning, she's drunk.
I'm not all the way drunk.
Not all the way, just
No.
part way drunk.
By the time I drove home, I sobered up.
By the time you sober up. But how do I know what she was doing the whole time she was out at night?
Do
when
you
she don't
believe
answer?
she was cheating on you?
I do, Your Honor.
Okay. Have you cheated on her?
No, not while we was together, Your
Ms.
Honor.
Johnson, would you care to disabuse me of that notion?
Yes, ma'am. He has cheated on me, I believe. For instance, when that phone call came through that night, I left for 2 weeks. And in the 2 weeks that I left, I wasn't answering the phone or whatever, and he comes to get me. Like, that's never happened to me. That was a big deal. Like, you came to get me, that means you must still love me.
Right.
Well, when he walks in, he smells like sex.
He smells like sex.
Yes. And it's midnight at night, and he walks in, and I'm missing him so much, and I'm thinking I'm tripping. Like, I'm tripping. To myself, I think I'm tripping.
I think you're tripping a little bit myself. But Ms. Johnson, hang on. Mr. Meeks, do you know the circumstances about which she speaks?
She left for 2 weeks. The whole 2 weeks that she left, I was calling her family members, trying to find out where she was, trying to plead with her to get her to come back home. And then I get a phone call saying that she left me and went to her ex-boyfriend's house.
No.
So, were you at all dealing with other women while those 2 weeks went by?
No, ma'am. I dealt with one woman, I did, and I told her about it.
When was that?
It was probably after that.
March 16th?
It was probably, no.
She knows the date.
No, she doesn't know the date. It was probably about 7 days after she had left, after I kept on calling, and then I got a phone call saying that she was at her ex house.
But, Your Honor, I left him because of a woman calling the phone. And if he loved me so much, why would you go be with a whole nother woman?
Mr. Meeks, let me ask you this. You should be honest with me. Are you running around on her a little bit?
No, I'm not.
You're not having sex with any other woman?
No
So
other
ever
woman.
since you've been with her, those last, how long has it been? 4 years. Never not one cheat in those 4 years.
Never, not once. The only time that she can say that I cheated, or when she say that I cheated, is when she left the house.
So you were on a break, according to you.
Right.
Well, according to her, too. She left and went to her ex-boyfriend's house.
Ex-boyfriend's house. She was on a break, too.
Exactly.
I don't believe that.
I'm going to get off the real life cheating, and I'm going to take a look at your electronic porn life to see how that stands.
She have the password to my phone, so she can go in anytime she wants to.
I don't have your
but
fingerprint?
She don't have my fingerprint, but the way I knew that she was going in my phone with my fingerprint, because one night I changed my fingerprint to my toe print. So when she tried to use my finger to get off of my phone, she couldn't, so she waked me up and say, oh, so now you don't change your password to your phone.
Now, Ms. Johnson, I understand he watches a lot of porn. Is that accurate?
That's accurate. It's on
How
his
much?
phone.
Where is it? And why don't you like it?
I mean, I like it. I mean, some people like porn. Like, I'm not really upset about that he watches porn.
Right.
Because I may watch it with him. The part that I'm upset with, that he feels like he hasn't cheated when our nationality he has. Like, I think maybe sex is a problem. He may have, I tell him, I was like, babe, I think you're addicted to sex. He was like, I don't think so, but you want sex in the kitchen. But like after a while, like I'm a little old, I like a rub or a kiss on the neck or something. And if I don't do it, he huffs and puffs.
It's a problem.
Goes in the bathroom.
Mr. Meeks, are you...
True story.
You know, it's difficult for me to ask a dude to defend these actions. Are you always after her for sex?
I like to have sex, Your Honor. I do. I enjoy it a lot.
And you've been exclusive with her or not? Because now's the time to tell. If
Right.
not.
I mean, but when we first got together, Your Honor, before we even started talking, I told her I like to have sex. And I like to have sex a lot. She don't have a problem with it because when we first got together, we had sex a lot.
A lot.
So as time goes by, now you want to start changing stuff up. I mean, don't start something from the beginning
That's
and then
because
change
you
it
started sharing the product.
Are you cheating on her? Come on.
Your Honor, like I said, I had sex with one person.
One person?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So the porn thing, is that an issue?
No, I watch porn, Your Honor, but like she said, she watched porn with me.
Oh, okay,
and
so...
It's not something that I wake up in the middle of the night and just go watch porn or anything like that.
Now, I've heard people go bankrupt watching porn. You know what I mean? They've enough paid sites and they have do you spend a lot of money on it?
No, ma'am, I don't spend any money on
So
porn.
it's all free?
Yes, ma'am.
He has it. I just want him to, he tells me, I have to make up a story. Like he sleep, for instance. One night he sleep. And he has a fingerprint on his phone for his code. So I take his fingerprint and push the button with it.
And what's the most incriminating thing? Did he not wake up?
No.
Your Honor,
He did
can I
not
say something
wake
about
up.
that, though?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, Your Honor. She have the password to my phone, so she can go in anytime she want to.
I don't have your
but
fingerprint?
She don't have my fingerprint, but the way I knew that she was going in my phone with my fingerprint, because one night I changed my fingerprint to my toe print. So when she tried to use my finger to get off of my phone, she couldn't, so she wake me up and say, oh, so now you don't change your password to your phone.
Did he change up on you?
He changed, he'll tell me, and then he'll say, oh, it's this number, and then I'll go in the bathroom, come back, let me see your phone, it's a different phone. But
Is
he
there stuff
started
on there
that.
she can't see? That's what I want to know.
Yeah.
No, Your Honor, it's just she thinks everything that she do is okay, and she try to justify it, but she have guys calling her phone all the time, Your Honor. She have different guys calling her phone. She have different guys texting her phone.
Do you really think she's cheating on you?
I do, Your Honor. From time to time, I do.
Proof.
Well, yeah, that's exactly what I'm going to ask for,
Yeah.
Mr. Meeks. I want you to dig deep
And I'm finna tell you, Your Honor.
and tell me something that's going to make me say, yep, she's doing the wrong thing. Is there a reason you haven't married her yet? Do you feel like she's not the one? You're not the marrying kind? Any of those things are okay answers, but we need to know which one it is.
Well, Your Honor, honestly,
She's married.
I'm getting it.
Well, there you go. Now, Mr. Meeks, this is your opportunity to tell the most incriminating story you have with respect to Ms. Johnson and her extracurricular sexual activity. Go.
Okay, Your Honor. I could be at work. She'll go out with her friends and everything, and she'll have a totally different outfit on from when she out with her friends than when I get home. And when I get home, she got this old grandma-looking outfit on, but when she just left out, she had thought shorts on with the bottom of her booty cheeks and stuff hanging out.
Like the ones on your Facebook page.
Yes, ma'am. The one that some shorts that her daughter should be wearing, she's wearing. And that's the problem that I have.
Ms. Johnson, what are you doing when you're going out in the thought shorts?
First of all, I'm out with my friends, and I'm 40-something, but I think I'm cute. Like, I would wear some stuff. I think I'm cute, and he thinks I'm supposed to dress like a granny. But if he gets off at 11 o'clock at night, and I'm out at 6 o'clock in the afternoon, of course I'm going to have something else on. That doesn't mean I'm out cheating because of what I have on.
Yeah, we change clothes all day.
Okay.
I mean, because
Right,
I don't
Your Honor.
understand that.
Right, Your Honor, but do you, when you leave your house and your husband call your phone, don't you answer your phone call when your husband call you, or at least call him back in a
20
decent time?
times.
Not typically. I do not allow questions, but I'll answer that one. And yeah, I answer the phone.
Right.
So what is the point you're trying to make?
Okay, well, the point I'm trying to make is when you go out with your friends, I don't have a problem with you going out with your friends, but if I call you and you know that I'm at work, I feel like you should answer the phone and call me back. She don't respond to my call, message, or text or anything, but then you show up the next morning.
Let me ask you this, Mr. Meeks. Are you calling her about nothing?
No, ma'am. If I'm calling her, I'm calling for a reason.
Is the reason, where are you?
Yes.
Oh, I ask where she is.
Yeah?
Yeah, I do. But it's not asking her like to check up on her, to keep tabs with her. I'm
Well,
asking
what you
her
asking for?
Because like when I take breaks and stuff, I have to call her so she can come pick me up off my break at work and
On
stuff.
tabs. Another thing, he goes to work. He works a couple of jobs. And to keep me at home, I have to go pick him up from work for a break for 30 minutes, take him back to break, take him back to work, pick him up for after work. And people that live right next door up the street can just drop him off or something, but he needs me to come. And then like with the cars on E, I was like, well, I need gas and money to eat, or I need this. He'll give me $10 for gas, cigarettes, something to eat, something to drink, and something for the kids for $10. Like, he's just trying to, and the gas tank is on E, might I add.
Mr. Meeks, are you cheap?
No, ma'am, I'm not. I'm not cheap at all. It's anything that she needed and want, I take care of it. But the problem that I have with Cherie is that she would take her last and want to give to the world. And I try to tell her we can't take care of the world in our household too. We got to take care of us first, and then you worry about your friends.
What, she's giving money out to friends and whatnot?
Yes, ma'am. She'll give her last to anybody. And she want to help the world, but I'm not a help the world person. You know what I'm saying?
She's trying to help yourself. I understand
Exactly.
that. Hey, I'm right with you. Ms. Johnson, is he tight with the dollar because you give the last one away?
I'm a save the world, and he's to save myself. Like, it's just in my heart. If somebody needs something and I got it, I'm going to give it because I'm going to get a blessing back. And I try to tell him, and he doesn't care about that.
Yeah, but you blessing them with his money and not your own.
Exactly, Your Honor.
Well, the difference between me and him is I'm not his wife First of all, that's what I want to be, but I'm not his wife.
Uh-oh. She said it. Did you hear her?
I heard Your
What'd she say?
She said that she's not my wife.
And that's why we're here, you know.
Right.
She's gonna bounce if you don't come across with the ring. And I think that's the entirety of this whole matter. The sex, the post, none of that matters. She wants a ring, and I'm gonna see if I can get her one. Mr. Meeks, I don't think you're cheating. I think you love her. I think you're a hard-working dude. I think she's mad because she moved to a whole new state with you and does not have the sense of security of being your wife. Did I get that right, Ms. Johnson?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, Mr. Meeks, you can't make somebody marry somebody, but you can make somebody see how their loved one feels and make some decisions about what you want to do for her. Now, is there a reason you haven't married her yet? Do you feel like she's not the one, you're not the marrying kind? Any of those things are okay answers, but we need to know which one it is.
Well, Your Honor, honestly,
He's married.
I'm getting it.
Well, there you go.
He's married.
Well, Your Honor, if she would have let me talk, Your Honor, I was going to tell you that.
From one state to another with a married dude.
Well, I didn't know at the beginning of our relationship that he was married for about
Your Honor.
4 to 6, about
Your Honor.
4 months, and his aunt tells
Your
me
Honor.
he's
So
married.
is your wife going to be surprised to see you here on divorce
She's not,
court?
Your Honor, because my wife know about her just like she know about my wife. Your Honor, she's lying. She's been knowing that I was married before we even started talking.
No, I didn't know. I
So
didn't know.
why are you still married to this other woman?
I just haven't had the money to get a divorce yet, but we've been separated for 2 years.
It's just totally a paperwork kind of thing.
Yes,
You
ma'am.
get that paperwork cleared up. Will you find a way to marry her, or are you just going to get the paperwork cleared
No,
up?
I'll get the paperwork, but she know that I want to be with her. She know that. I tell her every day that I want to be with her, Your Honor.
Mrs. Johnson, you are the author of your own angst. If I were you and I really wanted this dude, I'd get me a part-time job and then a divorce attorney, send him over his way, and get him loose so you can tie him back up. This matter is adjourned.
I had tons of doubts before today about getting married, but after listening to the judge, maybe I'll let him get a divorce before I decide if we'll be together.
Today on Divorce Court.
You know, Joseph feels like he's really smart and he can get away with things, but he doesn't know, like, I'm 10 times smarter than you. So, you know, that's why I call him a lying Leo.
She's spoiled. She has to have things her way.
Joseph will not let our kids see their grandmother, and that's my mom.
If my partner doesn't change, then we'll have to come up with a solution to do this apart.
It's not good for him just to walk out every time me and him get into an argument.
I had to make an ultimatum, either you do this inpatient program or, you know, I can get the kids back on my own and keep it moving.
If it wasn't for him, we wouldn't be almost 6 months clean.
I feel I can trust Janae. If I had to put it on a scale of 1 to 10, I'd say it's a 6.
Divorce court is now in session.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here today with Janae Mixon and Joseph Brown. The two of you have been together for 2.5 years. You have been engaged for the last year. You love each other, but you're not quite sure you can get it to work out. That's why you came to see me. You brought your marriage license, and you've given me permission to tear it up should I think your union is ill-advised. You've also filled out my compatibility test, and we will get to that momentarily. Before any of that occurs, Ms. Mixon, I'm going to start with you. Why don't you tell me a little bit about you and why you are concerned about the viability of this relationship?
Well, Judge, my mom had me when she was 17. Then she had me when she was 18. Mm-hmm. She graduated with me on her hip. Then I was raised by my grandma because my mom was into drugs. I moved out to Los Angeles with my mom when I was 14. When I currently resigned out here with my mom ended up selling me to a pimp for $100. I started into the prostitution when I was 14, all the way to the time I was 19. So when I met Mr. Brown in February 2015, I wanted something different for my life. You know, I didn't want to do the prostitution anymore. I really wanted something really different. We met through a mutual friend through social media. You know, we were talking. We were really good friends. He asked me, can we start talking? I said yes. Every Friday, he would send edible arrangements for me and my daughter. Sending money out here to make sure we were okay.
Well done, Mr. Brown. Well done. First of all, Ms. Mitchell, before you say anything else, I am so glad you're here and standing and straight and tall and getting this. I'm just so proud of you. You had every opportunity in the world to fall down and stay down, but you didn't. And I'm just impressed and happy to see you. I just want to let you know.
Thank you. He came out here after we started talking together. He came out here a few months later for his vacation. We spent 2 weeks with each other, then he had to go back to work in Burlington, Vermont. He went back to work. As soon as he got back, he said he wanted to move to LA to actually be with me. And we've been together ever since.
Now, let me ask you, Mr. Brown, when did you find out about her past?
During one of our conversations on the phone, she was talking about one of her friends who had got murdered as she was working. It came up then.
It came up then and all that. Now, a lot of guys, wrongly so, but would be put off by that. Why weren't you?
Well, I was in a previous relationship before, and as she stated, you know what I'm saying, she wanted change, I wanted change too. My previous relationship, it was just lies throughout lies.
Right.
So I moved to Vermont. You know, my sister was staying up there. She told me I can come stay with her for a while, find me a job, which I did. But then all of a sudden, it got too cold in Vermont.
All of a sudden, it got too cold in Vermont.
Yeah,
I hear you.
It was very freezing up there. Like, one day we had to work in negative 35 to negative 50 degree weather.
Yeah, no.
So that was the point of me saying, you know, I can't be in Vermont no more, you know.
How much time elapsed between initially meeting and you being together?
I want to say a couple of weeks.
A couple of weeks?
Yes, because only because I wanted something different. I was used to the bad life, and I wanted to try something different.
Well, what about him was different? What did he say or what did he do that led you to believe he could give you different?
Well, when I told him about my past, because that's what I did, I came out and told him about my past, because I'm the type of person, I don't like anybody coming to you telling you anything about me.
Right.
Because ain't nobody can tell you nothing about me besides me.
Gotcha.
And when I told him, he wasn't judgmental. And the first thing he said, I don't care about your past. I want to be in your future.
Oh, Mr. Brown, you're looking so good over there. I don't even know what to tell you.
Thank you.
I'm surprised it's not just sparkling on that side of the room. You know that? Not that you're not a reason to sparkle for, but you're looking good with it. Why are we here today? So far, I'm ready to be invited to the wedding. What's the problem?
You know, it's a couple of problems in our relationship that, you know, we feel like we need to work out. For one, it's this one female I call East Coast Girl. He cannot let go of East Coast Girl for nothing. We have a 1-year-old son together. And every time she phone, talk, anything, it's how is our son or how is my son? You didn't spend 14 hours in labor birthing that boy.
Now, hang on a second. At any point in time, are you aware that Mr. Brown and East Coast Girl had a sexual relationship?
He told me he hasn't, but I don't believe that. Because there is more than numerous occasions behind that. When I'm 6 months pregnant with our son, he's at work, he comes home, something tells me to get his phone. I get his phone. It's a lingerie picture of East Coast Girl. He tells me, oh no, it's for my coworker. If it's for your coworker, she should have sent the picture to his phone, not yours.
Mr. Brown, why don't you tell us about the East Coast Girl?
The situation out here when she was 6 months pregnant, it came to the point where I was on the phone with her and it was some coworkers who asked who it was, and I explained to them who it was. They asked for a picture. So I asked her, would they send a picture? Would she send a picture? She sent the picture, but she didn't have their numbers to send the picture to.
So she sent the picture to you.
She sent the picture to me. I'm the type of person, I don't have nothing to hide, so why...
That's a show and delete situation, if you ask.
Exactly, but it's a show and delete situation, but I'm the type of person, I don't have nothing to hide, so why delete something if I'm not doing nothing with her?
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
right.
I don't have nothing to hide. I'm not about to...
Is that the most incriminating thing that happened with East Coast Girl?
No.
We're going to take a second. I'm going to give you an opportunity, and then you're going to tell me what the most outrageous East Coast Girl story you got.
I go in his phone. He's telling her, oh, I don't think this baby is mine. I have to wait till this baby is born. You know, I got his phone in his face like, you don't think whose child is yours?
Mr. Brown, your version of those events. So what's the most incriminating story you have about the girl from the East Coast?
Okay, I was 8 months pregnant with our son. He's sleeping in the bed. I say it's around 6 o'clock in the morning. Once again, something tells me a woman's intermission. I get his phone. I go in his phone. He's telling her, oh, I don't think this baby is mine. I have to wait till this baby is born. So you know what I do? I go over there, wake him up. Excuse me. Hello, can you wake up? You know, I got his phone in his face like, you don't think whose child is yours? Oh, what are you talking about? Whoops. So I showed him. He tried to take it. No, don't take the phone. He's like, oh, well, you know, I just told her that because me and you got into an argument and I didn't want her to know the truth, so you rather lie to her and tell her that you think that our son is not yours. So what I did, I said, okay, since you want to lie, no, you are not allowed in no delivery room. No, you are not allowed to sign no birth certificate. No, you are not allowed to cut no umbilical cord until I get a DNA test. No, he didn't want to do it. Okay, you won't be in the delivery room.
Mr. Brown, your version of those events.
When the conversation was given, like I said earlier, it was a relationship in the past that I went through for years of just lies.
Right.
Because of the lies came from her lying about being pregnant.
All right.
So I didn't know what to believe when, you know what I'm saying, she told me she was pregnant, this, that, and the other, you know. So I went ahead and thought what I wanted to think. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know what was true, what was not true. I don't know if she was lying to me or if she wasn't.
So how did the East Coast Girl get involved in your consternation over as to whether or not that baby was yours?
Just somebody that, you know, I confided in, you know. It was like we're somebody to talk to.
Right.
Know? It wasn't like I could,
Can I give you my little 10 cents on free radical women? Mm-hmm. A free radical is a kind of atom that has an extra electron out there and it goes attaching itself to things and people. But when you get into the habit of talking to a woman about how your relationship isn't working, opportunities pop up in their head. And you may not be getting the best advice because there's always an opportunity that may be you and she. You know what I'm saying? It's not good business. It's not good practice. Doesn't make her a bad person, but it's not a smart decision on your part to talk with free radical women. What do you think is the major impediment to you two just waltzing down the aisle together?
She has friends as well. As one, he feels as if he can still say and do what he feels like he should do.
What kind of things is he saying and doing that you object to?
We should be together. You should have my child. You should leave him, come up here and be with me, you know.
Ms. Mixon, is that accurate?
Yes, that is accurate, Judge, but I tell this man all the time, I am with somebody. I do not want you. I have never been in a relationship with this man. We have never touched, kissed, nothing. It's called a fatal attraction. He likes me. I do not like him.
Do you entertain any conversations with him?
Yeah, I do. Because simple fact, how I am, yes. If he's going to entertain East Coast Girl, I might as well entertain him.
Let me tell you something. First of all, that is a very new age response to problems. Instead of just dealing with the problem in between, I'm going to go out. He's doing something. He could be doing something wrong, so I'm going to do something just as wrong. That's a recipe for disaster. That's number one, too. If he's a little junior stalker, you don't talk to him at all. It encourages them. He's a free radical. he'll attach to you if he gets the opportunity to do so. And especially if he doesn't know what the boundaries are, one day you're gonna look up, he's leering in your window or something. You don't want that happening. All I'm saying is, that's a very dangerous game of tit for tat that you don't want to get involved in. And now that we've talked about this, we're going to move on to your professions of love, your compatibility tests, and other things that may be amiss. Janae and Joseph, I wanted to have an opportunity to speak with you in chambers because I wanted you to know how special I think you are as a couple. I want you to know how special I think you are as a woman. And I hope you understand that I don't impress easy and I don't impress often, but I am impressed by you. The one last thing, and this has to do with free radicals. You said, and I believe, Mr. Brown, you admit that East Coast Girl was calling the two of your babies hers.
Yes.
What did you do about that, Mr. Brown?
I set the record straight. You know, you shouldn't. She feels some type of way about you calling our son yours. So
Why did she do that? Can I ask?
I guess it's, I don't know.
Let me tell you. Let me tell you why she's doing it. She's claiming ownership of you. And I know she's just your friend, no, but she's claiming some kind of ownership of you by insinuating herself into the one special thing you have with another woman. She's insinuating herself into that. There are things going on in the back of her mind that she has not expressed to you. You know what I'm saying? Have you cut her loose?
Yes, ma'am.
No, Your Honor. We just had a newborn recently. She'll be 2 months on the 26th. She was born 6 weeks early. You know, it was doing between me and his drugs addiction for marijuana and cocaine. But as of today, you know, we'll be 6 months clean next month on the 27th.
Yes.
My oldest daughter comes home on the 31st of this month, and our son comes home next month on the 27th.
Hallelujah.
Both of us right now are currently in programs. You know, we do what we need to do as far as getting our kids back. We left that past behind us, you know, the drugs behind us. So when our daughter was born, she had to go in the NICU. So we can't bring phones, we can't bring anything in the hospital. So he's upstairs. I have to go downstairs to call the social worker to say that they're going to release our newborn to us because our newborn she was born with nothing in her system. So to this day, we still get to keep our newborn.
Right.
So his phone is in the car. I go through his phone once again. June 3rd, he sits up in here and inboxes her and says, oh yeah, he says, oh, you're not talking to me anymore? She said, what are you talking about? He was just like, oh, well, we just had little man's birthday. Oh, how is my son? Oh, he got me tired, ran around at his birthday party. But before that, he just told me that he texted her and told her, oh, well, since you can't respect me and Janae's relationship, there's no reason for me and you to talk. Oh, I'm just going to sit here and block you. And he called me and told me he said that. But you're still inboxing her. You're still talking to her.
Can I just, I want to stop. And I want to talk to the two of you. Because I like me some Mixon Brown. I really do. It's like a country. We're going to build us a new separate country. The country of Mixon Brown. You the king, you the empress. And we're going to talk about how you can build your kingdom and your empire without some free radical concerns. So I'm going to adjourn this court, and we're going to reconvene in my chambers. Janae and Joseph, I wanted to have an opportunity to speak with you in chambers because I wanted you to know how special I think you are as a couple. I want you to know how special I think you are as a woman. No one handed you anything. You fought and scratched for every piece of peace and honor and life that you have, and I really respect that. And I hope you understand that I don't impress easy and I don't impress often, but I am impressed by you. I want you to take that in and feel it and know it and have this image of me telling you that all the time so you can really know how fabulous you are and how difficult what you did it. And Joseph, you picked a great woman and you were a great dude. You know how to love her, you know how to take care of her. And she's gonna have issues that will continue because she's had a lot to work through. But what I want you to do is build the country mixing brown. Instead of going to the free radicals, whenever there is a pain or a concern, you come to one another. And you come to one another with a game plan. Reach out that hand, my man. Baby, I got this concern. And then you say what it is. And then you say, this is what I heard you just tell me. Is that right? So you can hear and feel one another. And there should be a place in your house that is just a spot where you two hold your hands and speak truth to one another. But never speak any word about either one of you outside of that house before you've spoken it to one another. You with me? Because you have to honor what you've done. You have to honor what you've been through. You have to honor who he is and who you are. And you have to honor all that work you did for yourself to become the woman that you are today. And I want you to promise me, and I mean promise me, you will take your issues to one another before you speak word one. And when I say speak word one, I mean Facebook, I mean all kinds of social media, letters, text. I don't want none of that to happen. I don't want that world inside the country mixing brown. That's your country. I think the world is yours. I think your children are lucky. I think you're lucky to have one another, and I want you to believe that and remember that. And I just wanted you to know how much I honor who you are and what you've done, and I think you should get married. Don't have a big wedding, have a small one. Only 4 people showed up at mine. Had that brother 30 years. You know what I'm saying? Small wedding, save your money, because you said something really good about money. It said I was sending her money so we would have something to start our life off with.
Yeah.
I'm not... No fingernails, nothing. You with me?
Yep.
God bless you both. You're fantastic. I just love you.
Thank you.
I wish you the best, and I want pictures of the wedding.
Thank you, honey.
On Divorce Court today. Can an encounter with hotel security lead to love? It did for this couple. Nikki was with a party of rowdy guests, and Sylvester was called in to make peace. Their union was bliss, till accusations of jealous stalking tore them apart. Nikki Lett and Sylvester Ellis have brought their dispute for Judge Lynn Toler to resolve. Testimony in Divorce Court starts now.
You two are looking to separate here, and Mr. Ellis, you say that she is very jealous, and I believe, based on what I read, that she's jealous now because of the way you two met to begin with. So, Ms. Lett, I want you to tell me, how did you two meet?
We met one night. It was girls' nights with me and my friends, and we ended up at a hotel where they have parties at.
Mm-hmm.
And upon coming in, I seen this nice-looking chocolate fellow, and we caught eyes, and it was like, okay then, security, nice-looking.
I know.
So, as me and my girls, we partying, we drinking. You know, you have to use the restroom, and ladies never take their drinks in the bathroom. Mm-hmm. So I was looking for my girlfriend to hold my drink, but she wasn't there, and he walked up, and I asked him, Sylvester Ellis, to watch my drink by him being security and in a uniform, you know, protect and serve.
Keep your booze secure.
Exactly, exactly. So I went to the restroom, came out, got my drink. So, you know, eye contact, a little flirting, and small talk began. And I found out that we had a lot in common.
Did she get the meeting story right?
She just wanted me. That's all that was. That's all it was. She wasn't drunk.
She was honest. She said she saw a fine chocolate drop.
Yeah, she was honest.
She was talking about it.
She was honest.
So she was honest. She liked what she saw.
I'm not going to disagree with that. I'm not going to disagree with that. But basically, she got it right. She got it right. You know, we had a good time that first night.
Not that type of fun.
Oh, okay. Oh, all right. All right.
I'm a Southern good now, y'all.
Okay. That's good. Now, Mr. Ellis, you say, however, that you still work security at a hotel, and part of the problem is she thinks that since you're working at a hotel, that you cheating with women that come to the hotel. Tell me about what she thinks you're doing.
I don't understand. I mean, me and her, we would go to the hotels and we would have fun in the rooms. So now she's thinking, well, since I'm not going up there all the time now, you must be doing it with somebody else. And I don't understand. She's the special one. I only did it with her.
So, like, you would go into a room?
We're going to, I'm not going to get into detail about
No, I know. I don't want to know what happened in there. I'm saying, but you were just like, oh, I got a key to this room. Let's go in there.
Every single room. You know, you want to come up here, hey, let's go to the suite. Let's go have fun. Everything.
Did you ever get caught?
Nah.
Never
got caught.
I'm security. Nah.
Why don't you tell me what is the most outrageous thing she's done as a jealous woman?
So we have time for just one, or are we going in the...
Start with that one, and then we'll work our way over.
One night, I decided I want to go to my friend's house and watch a football game. I'm going out. I work all day, every day. She was like, you're not going anywhere. I was like, no, I'm going out. So I left. She decides to call me 63 times in less than an hour.
I did.
So,
now, what did you think that was going to accomplish?
First, he should have answered on the first ring, and you ain't gonna answer them. I'm just gonna call, and you're not gonna have a good time at all. You're gonna answer me one way or another.
Why did you think he was doing something wrong to begin with? He has a right to have friends.
The thing about Sylvester is he's a charmer, he's slick, and he's a ladies' man. He expressed that in the beginning. Oh, I give the women this. Oh, he opened doors for other women, but you're not opening the door for me. If you can tell a woman she's nice and she look pretty, I'm quite sure you can tell me the same exact thing. I don't trust his friends. They young, basically. I'm older, and things that they're doing, I'm not doing. If you're gonna go anywhere, you should at least bring your mate around. I don't even go around the friends to even know who's around, so I want to know.
Does he say you can't go, or do you not want to go?
You can't go. You can't do this, or you can't do that. Why not? Because wherever I go, my gatherings, my parties, he's there with me front and center on my arm. But I can't be on your arm? Nah, something ain't right. And I don't care nothing about we watching football with the fellas, because guess what? At home, I'm one of the fellas. We watch football every other Sunday together. All of a sudden, now we not?
Guys got a right to have guys' night. I mean, you've had girls' night. You met him on girls' night.
All the time.
No man wants to be, have his wife hooked to him by a chain, and everywhere he goes, you got to go too.
But it's not like that, Your Honor.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Even if it's a card party, and we spade partners, and we the best at what we do, why you ain't got your partner with you? Why can't I have not been the one thing with, oh, this is my girl. I feel like I'm being hidden. And everybody know who he is.
Really, for 3 years.
Mr. Ellis, let me ask you this. Do you not take her anywhere with you?
I take her places.
Your mama house.
There you go.
I'm tired of being an option when I need to be a priority. Bottom line.
I like that line. Is she an option and not a priority? Mr. Ellis, now think about it, though. Are you taking her for granted? She's not special anymore. She's just commonplace and customary. Think about it, though, Mr. Ellis. Think about it.
All right, I'll think about that. If you think about somebody calling you 63 times, and then she called my friend when I didn't answer the phone.
And I get that, and that's a separate issue. I'm asking you about how you treat her generally. Do you go places with her and do things, or is she just
I take her
a
everywhere.
convenience?
I take her everywhere I go except to my friend's house. That's all. I don't want her at my friend's house. My friends don't even get along with her. Just keep it 100. They don't even get along with her because she's crazy. That's why.
Do you not get along with his friends?
I don't know him to get along with him. I haven't met him, if you ask me. I mean, I have been
If you
introduced.
ask me, you've met him.
Oh, she met him.
If you
She cussed
ask
him out, too.
me, no one never really got to know who I am. So I feel like because I'm older and they used to him running with these thoughts and thoughtlers or whatever the case may be.
Thoughtlers? I've heard of thought,
Yes,
but not
yes.
thought. What's a thoughtler? I know what a thought is.
You know, the little baby.
Oh, a young thought.
Yeah, younger, you know, because I'm seasoned. You know, and I need for him to stay on this program and not be distracted by what your friends are doing because they're free to do this and they're free to do that. But these people live at home with their mamas. You and me, we live together. So you cannot do what you once did when you was a single man. You need to respect me and respect how I feel.
I understand the nature of your problem, and I understand the nature of yours as well.
Next was the sexy picture Nikki found on Sylvester's phone. Really just an accident? Divorce isn't easy. If you need help with your breakup, call toll-free 1-877-311-2222 or visit our website at divorcecourt.com. Become a fan at facebook.com/divorcecourt. Divorce Court, real relationships, raw emotion. Testimony continues now.
I understand what you're telling me about his friends, and I agree with you on some level, but not on another level. But I'm going to go past that for a moment and talk about something a little more concrete, which is, you say that some woman sent a picture of herself to him, and your explanation was a little weak, I must say. But I'm going to start with Ms. Lett. Why don't you tell me what kind of picture it was and who sent it to her?
It was like a treasure trove selfie because she wasn't cute and it wasn't job or work related. So I'm not understanding why a woman would be texting our phone. I don't know her. I got the message, I seen the picture, and I called.
And what she said?
She answered the phone, telling me, oh, I thought this was Sylvester. Well, you are speaking to Sylvester because we are one. What's your problem? What's your issue? And why you texting? And an ugly picture at that. Come, I am too Southern pretty. Don't downgrade.
I like you, Ms. Lett. I'm just gonna say. I don't know if I'd want to live with you, but I like you.
Yes, you would. Yes, you would.
Did she have less than enough clothes on, or was it just
she
her
had
face?
all her clothes on except the bag. That was all was missing. She would have had a bag up her
You're
head.
cold,
It would have
Ms.
been
Lett.
perfect.
You're just cold. Mr. Ellis, why don't you tell me who this woman was and why you believe she sent them a picture?
She was a co-worker who,
right,
and she was texting her mate, I guess, and she sent it to my phone.
She was texting her man and sent it to you by accident?
I was at work. I was at work. How do I know? All I know is I get a call talking to some, who is this picture? I'm like, what are you talking about? So I see the picture, and I confront the lady about it, like, you know, I got a girlfriend at home, you know, she's thinking this, that, and the third. So she calls her woman to woman and lets her know it's nothing going on. You know, I was
Did that happen?
Yes, it happened, but do I look like a fool? Ain't no woman finna come call me and, oh my God, it was an accident, it was this, it wasn't that. Nah, baby, you ain't covering up your tracks like that, but not today, baby. No, ma'am, you can save the drama for your mama, because I ain't trying to hear it. I'm not gonna hear it, save it.
Yep, that's what I deal with. So it goes from that to her showing up on my job the next day trying to fight.
I sure did.
What happened when she showed up? What did she do?
Thank God she wasn't there. She had the Vaseline in the bag. She was ready to scrap.
Came up with Vaseline and everything. I bet your hoops were out and you had on flats and you were ready to go.
Jordans on and everything. I was ready to go there with her, baby. We was gonna dance a good dance.
Aren't you concerned that he would get fired if you came up there assaulting people?
Well, you know what, Young, I work just as well, and if he would have got fired, I guess I would have had to carry us. It don't even matter, but I'm not gonna be disrespected. I'm not gonna be played with. People are gonna know who I am, and you're gonna let people know. I shouldn't have to tell people. As a man, you should let the whole world know every day who I'm with.
Or she gonna beat him up.
Now, I'm gonna say this, Ms. Lett. You're a nice-looking woman.
Nice-looking woman.
Got a great smile, but you like a freight train. Would you agree that it is difficult to be affectionate with a freight train?
Would you?
No, because everybody needs love. Whether it's a freight train, it's podium, or sign, it doesn't matter. I just feel as though if he wouldn't have done the things that he have done, that we wouldn't be where we at. And if we talk constantly every day about things that need to be corrected.
What have you caught him doing? I just don't see any. I don't see any real signs of cheating. He may be hanging out with guys you don't like.
Yeah. Okay, but let me tell you this. And another example. Got his phone again. Lo and behold, this time we got pictures of two thotties. They in there half naked. Exes. What's up with that? This.
It was an old phone that I had from before her, and it was at my mama's house. You know, I found the phone, but I didn't turn it on. So she turned it on first, so she seen it before I did. So
That's not the point.
pictures was before her. So it's
Were
not
they
like
before you? Was it an old phone?
They
Come
was
on, Ms.
before me,
Lynn.
but let me tell you something, Judge. At the end of the day, when you get into something new, you dot your I's, you cross your T's. You understand me? You got pictures, you delete them, you set them on fire, you burn them. Because guess what? How would he feel if I had pictures with my exes in boxers, tatted up, all glistening and all sexy? I think he would feel some kind of way.
I hear you.
When Divorce Court continues, what happened the night Sylvester gave a friend a ride to her train?
Do you believe that the sexy text Nikki found on Sylvester's phone was an accident? Call 1-800-282-1991 to vote now and see if America agrees with your opinion. You'll also receive some valuable offers. Call now.
If you would like your case heard on Divorce Court, call us toll-free at 1-877-311-2222 or log on to our website at divorcecourt.com and join the conversation on Twitter at Divorce Court. Divorce Court continues.
Continuing on with your logic, Ms. Lett, did you, at the time you two joined together, go through all your phones, your emails, your social media, and delete everything and everybody that preceded him?
I did, but he didn't. You wanna know why? Because we got the same phone again. This man right here don't know how to log out. He don't know how to erase. They got apps. Hide my stuff from my girlfriend. I mean, you can download it. I'm just saying, it's out there, y'all. It's out there.
And so he won't even use an app for it.
He won't even use the app, and he got a droid.
There's nothing to hide, that's why.
She's complaining about your sex life.
Yes.
She always complains. That's all she does is complain.
Well, give me a list of the things that she complains about, or some of the more outrageous things that she's done. No, you put your arm down. Let that man talk for at least a minute or two.
He ain't gonna tell the truth.
I see the nature of your problem, no doubt. But why don't you tell me some of the things that she's done that has caused you embarrassment, concern, or distress?
Okay, besides showing up on my job, after work, she comes and picks me up from work. A coworker says, "Can I get a ride to the train station?" We go on past the train station. It's about a 5-minute ride. Coworker gets in. She turns around. She's on the phone. She said, "Hold on, I gotta call you back." I knew it was going downhill after that. She turned around. "I'll beat you, and I'll beat you." I'm just sitting here like, oh my, in front of my job. The girl's like, "Let me out of the car. Let me out of the car. Let me out of the car." I unlock the door and let her out. She gets out the car.
What's wrong with giving a coworker a ride to a train station you're going to pass by?
First of all, Yana, however she got to work, that's how she need to leave for work. I don't care if we was riding, skating, or flying. You're not going to be a passenger, boo. That's what you not going to do. No, ma'am. And if anything, as a man, you should have came to me and said, "Yo, babe, is it okay to give a coworker a ride?" I don't care about that being his car, but guess what? When it comes to insurance, when it comes to gas, tires, oil, I pitch in and help just as well. So what's yours is mine, and what's mine is his.
Mr. Ellis, would you care to respond?
How do you respond to that?
I understand, Mr. Ellis. I really do, because there's really no good way to go. Yeah. No matter what happens, she's got a saying and an argument for it.
And it just gets worse.
Let me ask you, do you think that maybe one way to ensure a continuing loving union is to be a loving person as opposed to an eternally combative one?
I am a loving person, Your Honor. I cook for this man. I clean for this man. I'm not only his hopefully future wife. I'm a psychiatrist. I'm all of these things to him, and I want the same in return.
Does she do a lot for you?
Oh, she does a lot. She does a lot.
I mean, she takes care of
Yeah,
you, she handles your business, she looks after you.
Watch them drawers with my hand. If we broke, Your Honor, I'm talking about in the tub, old school. I'm from the South now. You know, I get the uniform. Oh, yes, I does that. Clip toenail, wash hair, all of that. I cater to this man.
You clip his toenails?
Yes, I do. Rub that feet too.
Judge Lynn Toler's ruling next.
It's time for you to call 1-800-282-1991 to answer today's question. You'll receive some valuable offers. Call now.
Divorce Court. Judge Lynn Toler's ruling right now.
Now I'm confused. I'm just going to say that. I'm a little bit confused, and I might want to clear it up. You came here wanting $1,950 for the rent.
Exactly. If he don't get his stuff together, then it is what it is. He got to go, and by his name being on the lease as well as mine, I have my half. I'm going to need for him to have his half because I don't need that on my credit. No, ma'am.
So are you leaving? Because I don't think she wants you to go.
She don't want me to go nowhere.
Do you want to go?
If she don't stop acting crazy, I want to go, but I like this. I love her, man. I don't want her to go nowhere. You know what I'm saying? I love our relationship. I love our friendship. I just don't like this crazy stuff.
I'm going to need you to show me. I'm like Jerry Maguire. Show me the money, baby. Show me everything.
It's like, I love her, but it's like living with a private investigator, man. It's horrible. She's like, you never know who she's gonna be when she's cooking.
You know, normally when I get to this stage, I usually say I'm gonna make an attempt to keep you together because I'm a believer in the whole two-ness. I love it. I think it's wonderful. But I'm worried if I send you home, you might get hurt.
Nah, I love him too much, Your Honor. I love him.
Here's what I'm gonna say to you. I think you need to go out and do things with her more out in public and make sure you introduce her as your lady. Work with me here. Work with me. I think you're wrong. I think you're afraid of something that hasn't happened yet and probably isn't gonna happen. You need to be so secure in how bad you are, how beautiful. No, you're not. You talk a good game, but your actions say otherwise. If you were secure, you could have a girl in the back of the car and take her to the station. You're not secure.
Maybe, yeah.
And that's the small things that you can do. It's just say, hey, baby, this is Joan. Joan, she needs it right there, but do you mind? You're causing your own problems in a certain respect. This woman is insecure. She talks a good game, but she is insecure. Do those things that'll make her a little more secure. You don't have to stop seeing your friends or whatever, but you can do a little this, that, and there. But Ms. Lett, stop. Rest assured that if he cheats, you dump him and you move forward, right? And then you can come here and I give you money.
Okay.
Okay, do you see what I'm saying?
Well, can I get some money for the headache medicine that I get all the time when she yelling and screaming?
Listen, life, love, marriage, relationships, it's all a lot of headache. If I were to do that, everybody would be around changing money all day long. My husband owes me $7,555,000, and I owe him at least 10. So it's not going to work out. There will be no recovery in this matter. It is so ordered.
Nikki and Sylvester agree with the judge's ruling, and he vows to work hard to make Nikki feel more secure in their relationship. Post a comment or submit your case at divorcecourt.com or call toll-free 1-877-311-2222. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter at Divorce Court. On Divorce Court today. A chance encounter brought them together, and now, after 9 years, they are ready to call it quits. Rodney saved their baby's life, but then he made a comment at the hospital that Shanisha's still angry about. She says their roller coaster ride together is over. Rodney Johnson and Shanisha Tisdale have brought their dispute for Judge Lynn Toler to resolve. Testimony in Divorce Court starts now.
Mr. Johnson, you say that from the moment you met Ms. Tisdale, it has been a roller coaster ride, and after 9 years and 2 children, you finally want off. Why don't you tell me how this roller coaster started?
Well, good day, Your Honor. This is lovely meeting you.
Good to meet you too, Mr. Johnson. Won't help you none, but thank you. Thank you for letting me know.
I got to give it my all, you know, to be super honest with you. But starting from the top, my main goal is to try to decide on if I want to be with this young lady forever. We have 2 kids together. I proposed to her 2 times. I have a ring right here that I do plan on giving her. I've given her 2.
Now, Mr. Johnson, let me ask you something. This is divorce court.
Right.
You come in here and pull out an engagement ring. What would you like me to do?
I mean,
I thought you wanted to get out. You wanted me to give you some of her stuff.
I do, but I just want your opinion because I honor your opinion. And this is the second engagement ring that I gave this woman, and I did take back. It was very immature, but like you said, the roller coaster is going up and down, and I just need your advice if I should.
But put the ring down.
Okay. Put it back in my pocket. Put it back in my pocket.
Put it right on back in the pocket.
Okay.
Tell me about the ride.
Okay, well, it starts off about 9 years ago. She was working at a restaurant. I happened to come in a restaurant. I usually go there all the time. I've never seen her before. So when I seen her, we locked eyes, and I asked her a question like, do you do bad things? It sounds crazy, I know.
But it's a line, I get it, I understand. You were trying to, yeah.
We're in a courtroom, so you can use your imagination, you know. It's a lot of things that people do that are considered bad. So, I mean, that broke the ice, and we had a conversation, and later on that night, after work, she came home with me, and she basically never left. And,
Hold up. You mean to tell me you meet a man that says to you, do you do bad things, and by the end of the day, you're alone with him at his house?
Yes.
How much sense does that make? I mean, I see that it turned out okay. He wasn't Ted Bundy or anything,
Right.
but because you're still here.
No, not at
But
all.
doesn't that cause you some concern?
Not really, because when I locked eyes with him, it was like love at first sight. You know, I don't know, it was something about him, you know? You could tell when he said it, he didn't do it all. He doesn't do it often.
Might I say this, Ms. Tisdale?
Yes.
They said Ted Bundy was quite a charming young man. They said that women were falling from him as he was being sentenced to death for multiple murders. Some woman showed up and asked to marry him. Yeah. You know, just because you're smooth and cool and all that, don't mean you're not a serial killer.
I understand.
But Mr. Johnson, when did things start to get funky?
well, the first, say, year and a half, it was smooth. I mean, because she had so much love, trust, so it was easy for me to be myself, easy for her to be herself. We didn't really have any problems. A little shortly, after about 2 years, that's when the problem started. A lot of family members, a lot of other people's opinions, a lot of the trust started going downhill.
Give me an example of a situation where what someone said or what you saw or, caused you to be upset about and have trust issues with her.
Well, it wasn't really trust issues with her, it was trust issues with me. She didn't trust me as much as she did in the beginning. Mm-hmm. And it may be because of the repetition. Like when she calls, she doesn't call once, twice, three. She calls 60, 70, 80 times.
In a day?
In a day? No, in about 5-minute period. I mean, we have smartphones now. You know how you have to
redial,
it's so easy,
redial.
do it, you know, and right back,
Are you
right
blowing
back.
up the man's phone?
Yes.
What are you looking for?
I'm looking for him to act like he care. Sometimes he just seems like he don't care. I don't know what to do. It seems like.
What does he do that makes you think he doesn't care? Or what does he not do that makes you think he doesn't care?
The way he reacts is not what I want. He's not affectionate enough for me. You know what I mean? I need comfort.
And you think calling him 70 times in
There
an
you go.
hour
There
is
you
going
go.
to make him come home and say, "Ooh, baby, I love you." Is this how the reasoning goes?
No. I mean, I expect him to be more understanding. You know what I mean? Like
That's hard to understand, though, 70 phone calls in an hour. I just want to say that. And I'm going to ask you this, Mr. Johnson, because clearly this is a symptom of, apparently she's got a bit of a temper.
Oh, you notice already?
Well, the 70 phone calls in an hour, those usually come together, a temper and 70 phone calls. You give me a couple of examples where she's gone off the deep end.
The deep end. I can give you a simple example to where it starts.
Okay.
She complains about nothing. Okay, we could be sitting at the house and she could be like, "It's hot, it's hot, it's hot." And I would look at her and say, "The AC is right there. Just turn it on." And then she would get on my head about, "Well, if I wanted to turn the AC on, I would have did it." I'm like, "Well, why are you complaining that you're hot?" It's no like ending to it. it's continuous. Just like the repetitive phone calls, it doesn't stop with her. That is the problem. She doesn't know how to pump her brakes at certain times. She let her emotions get the best of her. And it seems like that's what she knows as normal. And all I've been trying to do is try to show her that's not normal. We need to understand what we think is normal so we can be on the same page.
Ms. Tisdale, do you agree with him that you do get upset easily and over small things?
Yes, I do.
And why do you think that is?
Insecure.
You're insecure.
Yeah.
Why are you insecure with your gorgeous self?
I don't know. Low self-esteem.
Because?
Life experiences, how I've been treated.
By whom?
Family members, you know, treated me wrong, lied to me, you know, affected my relationship with him a lot, letting him invade and make decisions for me that wasn't right and I regret later.
Next, what happened at the hospital after Rodney saved their baby's life? They got so out of control, police were called to the scene. Are you considering marriage but aren't sure that your intended is really right for you? Call toll-free at 1-877-311-2222 or visit our website at divorcecourt.com. Become a fan at facebook.com/divorcecourt. Real people, real conflict, real judgments. Divorce Court continues.
Ms. Tisdale, you say that Mr. Johnson made a comment so ridiculous during one of the most stressful points in your life that you actually left him over. Why don't you tell me what was going on and what he said?
Well, actually, my daughter, when she was born, she was 12 days old and she stopped breathing. She almost died. He gave her CPR, and when we went to the hospital, we got into an argument because he said something so stupid and dumb.
But what did he say?
He gonna tell me that if my daughter turned out like me, he don't want nothing to do with her. So we got into an argument, we got into a big fight. I got angry with him because my daughter's laying in the bed, almost dying. And you say something like that to me. In the midst of this, we're supposed to be together and, you know what I mean, loving each other, and it was just crazy. And then they had to escort the police into the security into the hotel, into the hospital. And
now, who was escorted out, him or you?
Him.
Between the time he saved your daughter's life by giving him CPR, and he made that off comment, no doubt about it. Not the thing to say when somebody's kid's looking at, you know.
I agree.
What had you done?
I didn't do nothing. I don't even know why he would say something like that in the midst of.
Were you arguing at the time?
No. He just said it. I don't know if he was thinking about all the past stuff that we've been through, or if he was angry, or if he was, because it's a lot of times where he don't want to be with me, and I have to beg him to be with me, be with me, you know, because I really believe this is the man of my life, you know. Right. And it got out of hand, and for him to say something like that.
Yeah, that was deep and tired and wrong. I mean, I gotta applaud you. You saved your daughter's life. Well,
right.
I mean, woo! Makes you Superman, but you lost your cape when you said that.
Right.
Ms. Tisdale, let me ask you a question. Do you ever forgive anybody for anything?
Yes.
You don't harbor?
Maybe a little.
I think you harbor. I think you never get over anything. I think he forgives and you harbor.
Yeah.
And so what happens is you're mad about A or you're mad about M and then you have to bring up A through N while you're talking about M. He's got to pay for everything he did every day. Am I right with that?
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Am I right?
Yeah, she just likes to talk too much. Like, if she stopped...
Talk too much?
Yeah, if she stopped a little bit and thought about what she was saying, we wouldn't have the issues we have. You know what I mean? Like, just for instance...
Is it my fault that you don't understand me?
I mean, but I'm trying.
That's the problem. You don't understand me.
I try to understand.
Well, let me ask you this.
I try.
How logical are your arguments?
There you go. There you go.
When Divorce Court continues, can Shanisha find a way to get her irrational anger under control?
Do you think this couple can stop arguing and patch up their relationship? Call 1-800-282-1991 to vote now and see if America agrees with your opinion. You'll also receive some valuable offers. Call now, 1-800-282-1991.
If you would like your case heard on Divorce Court, call us toll-free at 1-877-311-2222 or log on to our website at divorcecourt.com and join the conversation on Twitter at Divorce Court. Divorce Court continues.
I take it from your response, Ms. Tyndale, that you do acknowledge or realize that logic is lacking in your responses. Do you know why you're like that? Because we see that you're the problem, right?
Yes.
I mean, I just want to make sure everybody's on the same page. He's not perfect, but he makes regular mistakes. You the problem.
Yes.
So let's talk about the problem that you are, so we can. Cause we don't talk about it, we can't fix it.
Right.
And tell me. Why do you think, have you been cheated on? You talked about your family members doing things to you. What's up with that?
I was 16 when I met my dad.
Mm-hmm.
I was told that he didn't exist all my life until I was 16. And then all of a sudden,
He
my
pops
dad,
up.
Right. And that put a huge hold on me growing up. The trust, the lying, you know, and I guess I carry it on throughout the years, and then being in relationships, cheating, and all this stuff, and I think I brought the issues that I had into our relationship, and it's affecting it.
So you're always playing defense.
Yes.
You're always you got your
defense.
dukes up, you know, you ducking and dodging, and the minute like something look like you, whoa!
Yep. Ready to go.
Ready to go.
Brilliant. You are brilliant, Judge. You're hitting the dead on. I promise you, you're hitting it dead on. That's why I wanted to come to this show.
No, you think I'm brilliant because I agree with you.
No,
It's
not that. It's not that. I mean, I said I'm gonna try my best not to say the crazy word, crazy or crazy. She's not crazy. She's just scared of change. She's just terrified of change. Can I say a little quick thing that happened the other day? We're walking, and the car almost hit me. We're moving on. We're halfway down the block. She's still talking about the car that just hit me. Well, is he crazy? Why did he? Babe, we already moved on. Yeah. All my parts are here. You know, I'm here.
It's good, and I'm okay with it.
And she's still talking about it. You know, like agitating the thing. And she needs to understand, avoiding the problem doesn't mean that we're not going to resolve it. But avoiding it until we're settled, we're calm, we're in a cool manner.
So you can have a meaningful, productive conversation as opposed to a screaming match.
Right, and that is normal to her, the screaming match.
Okay.
Top of your lungs screaming, not just screaming, top of the lungs.
Ms. Tinsdale, the remainder of this session, I'm going to be talking about coming back from crazy, okay? And I'm talking to you, and I want to say, first of all, to me, crazy is not an insult. I've been called crazy. Don't bother me at all.
Judge Lynn Toler's ruling next.
It's time for you to call 1-800-282-1991 to answer today's question. You'll receive some valuable offers. Call now.
Divorce Court. Judge Lynn Toler's ruling right now.
People used to be afraid of me. Talking to my sister, you know, a few Christmases ago, and I was asking, why, you know, you never used to hang out with me. Because you were mean. And in talking about it with my mother, I was mean because I was angry, and I was angry because I was afraid. So what you have to do is deal with the fear. The fear will take care of the anger, and the anger will take care of the crazy. The time to decide not to get angry about something is before you get angry about anything. You got to have a game plan in place for how you're going to conduct yourself, how you're going to deal with upset. And you got to know who you are. You got to dissect where you're weak, what's wrong with you. I got a list of 20 things I know that are wrong with me. I own it. I love it. I relook at it sometimes just to make sure I'm on top of it. Now, you're fearful, you're angry, and you've been hurt. And you're afraid that if you do not knock somebody out, verbally or whatever, that they're gonna take you down. So that's how you respond. So you got to own that every morning. And then you have to say to yourself, self, today, just today, I'm not gonna get angry. Just today. Don't worry about tomorrow. And you got to let the first wave pass you by. Say, what I'm gonna do today, he says or does something I don't like, I'm gonna do like this. It's a ridiculous thing to do, but do it anyway. I surrender. Just surrender, not to him. You surrender to your better self. I surrender. And then you sit down, and you cannot speak until you're not angry anymore. You won't be able to do it the first couple of times, but after a while, after a while, and then at the end of the day, you got to debrief your crazy. You got to sit down and a piece of paper. Nobody believes in paper no more, but I do. Write down, here's this. My big bugaboo is worry. I have a list. What I worried about. And then I put a line. And that said, what really happened? And when you read it at the end of the week, you feel stupid. I worried about this all day long, and that happened. Wow. And if you keep writing that down, I yelled at this guy about this, that, and the other thing, and it wasn't even important. You see what I'm saying? You need to work your situation. You need to handle your crazy. You need to handle your fear. And once you handle and you work at it, because you can do it. You see what I'm saying? Believe in it. Knock that sucker down. You're strong and you're able, and you say, anger is the problem. My fear is the problem. I'm not going to live my fear. I'm not going to let what somebody did to me 20 years ago tell me that the rest of my life ain't going to be what I want it to be. I'm a bad chick. I can handle this.
Man, tell her.
You want to believe. You with me?
Yes.
You going to work your anger?
Yes.
You going to work your fear?
Yes.
You going to fight your crazy?
Yes.
Now look here. This is divorce court. I don't do engagement in here, except for when I'm doing it. But, when you get out in the hall, go ahead and give her that ring. Oh, yeah. This matter is adjourned.
Shanisha and Rodney appreciate the judge's ruling. Shanisha is working hard to control her anger, and the couple has set a date for their wedding. Post a comment or submit your case at divorcecourt.com or call toll-free 1-877-311-2222. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter at Divorce Court.
Today on Divorce Court.
I'm here today because I'm tired of Eric's cheating and his disloyalness to me.
One of the frustrations I have is her not initiating sex.
I don't want to initiate sex after he's done cheating and doing things that's disloyal to me.
My fidelity's definitely been an issue, but it's definitely been an issue on both sides.
Every time he cheats, he blames me for it.
I want the judge to tell her to put the same amount of work and the same amount of effort into the relationship as I do.
Divorce court is now in session.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here today with LaQuasia Freeman and Eric Rutherford. The two of you have been together for 12 years. Still can't decide whether they want to get married or not. So I'm not quite sure what's happening over there, so they've come here for my assistance. Ms. Freeman, I'm going to start with you. I gave you a compatibility test because I was just curious. So tell me a little bit about your relationship and what the problem is.
I've known Eric since I was 14 years old. We've been on and off pretty much on the last 4.5. I'm just pretty much tired of his cheating, his lying, and his excuses of cheating.
Well, give me some examples of what you've caught him doing.
I've been on his social media and I've seen girls commenting hard eyes under his pictures. I went through his phone where females like, oh, I love you so much. You're the best boyfriend I've ever had. Yes.
Mr. Rutherford, is that occurring?
Yes. In all actuality, it is. It has been occurring. Like she said, we've known each other for a long time. I was young in the beginning, but like recently, it's just a lot of the stuff that she do. Like she's not making me feel appreciated, like not wanted, and I get that affection from other places.
Okay. Do you wander a bit? Do you travel? You know what I mean? She's been there forever, and yeah, you're not happy about it. There's this good-looking woman, and whoops, is that what happening?
I like to roam the halls every now and again.
Yeah.
It's just, like I said, it's just something I'm not getting from her.
Okay.
And
what aren't you getting?
it's just the affection, like making me feel wanted. Like for one, like her being aggressive and initiating sex is a huge thing for me. Like she just feel like she just don't want to do it. That's my opinion. Because she do it to other people. I've seen her do it to girls.
You've seen her do what?
I've seen her initiate sex with girls.
Oh, but she doesn't do it with you.
Right.
When you initiate sex, is she responsive, or is sex and intimacy an issue altogether?
She's responsive. That's the weird thing. Like, it's not like she'd deny me having sex. It's just she just won't initiate it because I guess it's something that I want her to do.
Yeah, yeah. You know, I hear that a lot from guys, and I kind of think it's, we don't think we're supposed to. You know what I mean? That you guys are always willing to initiate. You do it so often anyway. So you know, I mean, just wait long enough, and here he comes. So it really, you know, and it may not be, you're taking it as a personal affront, and we're just like, well, you know, give him 10 minutes, he'll be by. So, Ms. Freeman, did you hear what he said? He's feeling unloved and unappreciated because you initiate sex with women, which is a whole nother conversation, but not with him. Do you understand what he's telling you?
Yes, I do, Your Honor, but he also needs to understand that it's hard for me to initiate sex when knowing that he's out cheating and, you know, going on trips with females and doing all these different type of things that he doesn't do with me.
Right.
So I don't feel wanted or appreciated.
Gotcha. And the question becomes, which came first, the chicken or the egg? Did he start cheating and then you recoiled, or were you not with him and you start cheating? Have you been cheating throughout there, Mr. Rutherford?
When I first met her, I had a girlfriend. So and she know that. Yeah. It's not like it's something new. And she cheats also. I went through her phone and seen text messages from dudes talking about how they like how she looked bent over and all this. Like,
did that happen, Ms. Freeman?
Yes, it did happen.
Yeah. So basically, let me ask you this. Are you guys just kind of together because you're used to being together, but you're really just doing your own thing?
I kind of feel like from her side, yeah, I love her, like, with all my heart. Like, I can never see me being with somebody else in the future but her.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you want to marry her?
I do. I actually, like, had a deposit down in the ring like a few months ago, but I went and took the money back.
Now, Mr. Rutherford, but that's a thinking man. You know what I mean? You don't just go through with things and things are up. What happened right before you took the money back? What was like, uh-oh, not a good idea? What happened? Do you remember?
It was just like, she was just not doing nothing. Like, it just felt like, oh, you here, you here. If you not, you not. Like, she didn't really care. So it was
so why make a big move if she doesn't seem excited about it?
Absolutely.
Do you want to marry him?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you believe that monogamy is for you?
I do, yes.
Do you believe that you can remain in if he was monogamous, you could be monogamous?
Yes.
There would be no traveling on your part?
Nothing at all.
Mr. Rutherford, do you believe that if you got all the right attention and things were cool at the crib, that you could remain faithful only unto her?
Yes, I can.
You really, really do?
I really do.
Can't.
And you really want to get married?
And I really want to get married. I don't believe she can.
Why don't you believe she can?
Somewhere in the back of my mind, I believe she like women more than she like men.
Oh. Do you like women?
I do. Not more than men, though.
Just the same.
Right.
What's not wrong with it? I mean, if you're bisexual, you're bisexual.
Right.
That's what that is. Not trying to start nothing. Some men come in here and find the bisexuality of their woman like the greatest thing ever.
It is great.
Do you ever get to enjoy her expansive sexual nature?
Yes, we've enjoyed it on several occasions. It's just, okay, so one time she supposedly met a girl for us, but like she having sex with her without me.
Right.
So, how is that for us if it's just for you?
If you're right, you didn't even get involved. Do you know the circumstance about which he speaks?
Yes, I mean, but Your Honor, he is not deserving. So why should I go ahead and involve him in what we're doing?
Why is he not deserving?
Because he's still cheating.
Uh-huh.
He's still lying. He's still excuses.
So you're cheating because he's cheating?
Yes, I feel like this is what this is. Like, I feel like it's a petty game with him. Like, it's always a back and forth. Oh, she does this, I'm gonna do this. He does that, I'm gonna do this. I'm tired. It's 12 years in, and I'm ready to either let it go or we're gonna work this out together.
I get that. I get where you are, and I think I got a resolution for that. But before we go to that, what I want to talk about now is her temper and why it is such a problem for you.
She has this thing where I feel like she needs to prioritize being with me and being with her family.
Mm-hmm.
On my birthday last year, she decided to go to Mexico for her cousin's birthday, which is 2 weeks after mine, instead of doing what I wanted to do for my birthday.
Mr. Rutherford, I understand you believe she has a temper and attitude problem. Is that accurate?
Yeah.
Give me examples or tell me what's happening that causes you so much concern.
It's more like a passive-aggressive thing. Like, she do stuff initially, like just knowing that it's gonna make me upset. For instance, she has this thing where I feel like she needs to prioritize being with me and being with her family.
Mm-hmm.
On my birthday last year, she decided to go to Mexico for her cousin's birthday, which is 2 weeks after mine, instead of doing what I wanted to do for my birthday.
Okay, gotcha. Ms. Freeman, your response to that?
It's accurate. I did choose to go with my family, and that's because I gave him money and he went and gambled the money away for his birthday. So I didn't have enough to do both already, because I already gave you the money, you gambled it away, we weren't able to do what we wanted to do, and I already had put down on this trip. It was on somebody's credit card. I couldn't just say, oh no, I'm not going because of my boyfriend's birthday.
But you said you didn't want to go.
I did want to go.
You said,
but Ms. Freeman, let me ask you this.
Yes.
His birthday is on the same day every year.
Yes, it is.
Every year?
It is.
So why would you schedule a trip on a day you know it's his birthday?
It was 2 weeks. It was 2 weeks after, Your Honor. It was his birthday is the 6th. Her birthday is the 24th. We were supposed to go to Atlantic City, and I gave him the money that I was using for us to go to Atlantic City so that he can gamble with it and get more money or whatever that he was going to do. And he decided to go ahead and he lost the money.
Mm-hmm.
So that part of the money for his trip was gone.
I got you. Let me ask you this. What happened with the argument at the club and the $60? I want to know about that.
The $60, I borrowed it from him maybe about 3 weeks prior before he even got to the club. It was his friend's birthday, and I asked him that day, oh, what are you doing? He's like, oh, I'm going here for my friend's birthday. I said, oh, okay, cool. I wasn't really in the mood to go.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't. So my cousin called me and said, oh, what are you doing today? I said, nothing. She said, oh, we're going to this spot. I said, oh, okay, that's cool. I said, well, I don't want to go. She's like, come on, see what Eric is doing. Y'all can come or whatever. I said, I really, really don't want to go. And she's like, come on, just see what he's doing. So I said, all right, let me just ask him. I said, Eric, what are you doing today? Can I go with you? He's like, no, you can't go with me. I said, okay, fine. So my other cousin called me and said she was leaving. So I went with her, and we went together. And when I got back to my house, he's like, I just want to get all my stuff out of your house. And I said, okay, fine, come and get it. He said, oh, and I want my $60 back. I said, well, you got to take that L because I don't have $60.
Okay. Mr. Rutherford, is that an accurate reflection of what you remember, or is it something else entirely?
That's pretty much
That's
accurate.
pretty much it?
Yeah.
Do you live in what I call the disassembled community? Are there a lot of couples, you know, like long-term marriages in your community? Do you live a place where there are a lot of married people, a few divorces here, or everybody's single and mingling, and every once in a while somebody will pop up married?
Yeah, everybody's like single.
Single and mingling, every once in a while they'll pop up. I call that disassembled, and it's not a bad thing, but it's not, it's, you know, I was raised in a, you know, Ward and June Cleaver atmosphere. Everybody was married.
Right.
You know what I mean? Things are different when you were raised in a disassembled community. Disassembled, I don't mean that in a bad way. It's just simply, it's separated apart in strings instead of in twos. I got a whole theory that I'm gonna lay on you based on that. But before that, I want each of you to tell me what you don't like about one another, because I read your compatibility test and I was blown away.
You know, we're tussling back and forth. He goes to and try to take my TV off the wall. He takes my couch out of my house, put it in a hallway, take it all the way downstairs, jumps on it, and then tells me to get it.
Mr. Rutherford, did all of those things occur? You had when I asked what's wrong with the other person, y'all just went for it. He doesn't express himself with me. He doesn't make me feel wanted. He's cheating. He's lying. He wants me to get over things and with the things that he wants. I'm selfish and spoiled. I'm insecure. Trust issue, discouraged, lack of ambition, assertion, hypocrisy, lack of management, lies. I tend to think too logical. I'm nonchalant. I believe. I mean, just y'all don't like each other at all. It was like, well, what is it? What's left? Say 3 things you like about her.
I love her. I love.
No, that's not what you love her. That's a feel. That's how you feel.
Okay.
3 things you like about her.
I like her sense of humor. I like how comfortable she is with me. I like.
Okay,
I actually like the fact that she's family oriented. It's just a little bit too much sometimes.
3 things you like about him.
I like the fact that he's protective. I like the fact that he's funny. I like that he's very caring, pretty much, when he wants to be.
Does he have anger issues?
Yes, he does.
Tell me a circumstance in which his anger overcame him.
Well, we can just go back to the $60 incident where right after I said that, he decides to snatch the Xbox out of my TV, and we're tussling back and forth. He goes to and try to take my TV off the wall. He then throws out the modem out the window. He takes all the food out of the refrigerator, throws it on the floor. He takes my couch out of my house, put it in a hallway, take it all the way downstairs, jumps on it, and then tells me to get it.
Mr. Rutherford, did all of those things occur?
Yeah.
And you think you're too logical?
No, it was just one time. That one time, my emotions definitely got the best of me.
One time?
Yeah, one time.
You know what I'm gonna do for the rest of this? I like both of you. You do a lot of bad stuff, but that don't mean you're bad people. I think your problem is a love in the hood problem. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna tell you a little bit about love in the hood and how to get it right. You have the misfortune of being born in an age where you have, remember how celebrities always used to get divorced, and because it's high pressure, because everybody's looking at them. Everybody's looking at your relationship because you're doing Facebook and Twitter and Instagram, and everybody's worried about how they look towards the public. That's one problem you have. Now, the second problem you have, you live in a disassembled community where you don't have a lot of marriages to watch and to look and say, oh, this is how they do things. This is how they do the other things. You've got too many people involved in your relationship. If you want to be married, you got to be married to him. And he's got to come before your family. And you can't use your family to get back at him. You've got to be upfront and honest. And you can't come to love from a place of fear. And both of you are. Well, she's doing this shady stuff, so I got to go out and be shadier so I don't feel like I'm being taken advantage of. You both do that. The thing is, oh, I'm hurt by her. I'm hurt by him. I feel hurt by what you did. Don't make you weak. Don't make you sad. It doesn't make you... Put it to him. Put it to her. This is what I felt. You know what I mean? Now, it's scary because it's a vulnerability. It's saying you hurt me by doing something. Then, if he or she comes to you with their pain, you come to them soft with, here's what I heard you say to me. And then you talk about what you heard you say. What would you like me to do? You know what I mean? Don't be so afraid that you're not coming out on top, that you have to go to third parties in order to even up the score. Come to each other, vulnerable, open, loving, and caring, and deal with your problem in the sanctity of your home. Are you with me with that?
I am.
It's a whole different way to approach things. It's a whole different way of looking at things. And there are certain things you can't post about. Don't ever post, you know what I mean? I'm going to send you to somebody who's going to get you restart, and now you got to forgive each other. You can't, oh, he's had one more cheat than me, she's done that. Bam! It's over. It's done. Mr. Rutherford, meet Miss Freeman. Miss Freeman, meet Mr. Rutherford. He's never done anything bad to you. She's never done anything bad to you. Stop that today. Don't go back to it. Don't entertain it, because who knows who went first and who knows who did who worse. We don't know. We'll never figure that out. And you both love each other and want to be with each other, but you're stuck with what you've done to each other. So let's all call it even. Let's call it even. But you understand what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
You want each other. You want to love each other. You just don't know how. Ooh, I got a book to tell you. It's called Making Marriage Work. Read it together. But you have to step back of what you were, forgive each other for what you've done, and then love each other like it's just the two of you and not your entire community. You with me?
Yeah.
You hear me?
I hear you.
I got it. This matter is adjourned.
The judge said to put the past behind us, and that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put it behind us. I'm gonna, put my family last and try to put him first.
I just feel like the judge definitely hit on point everything that we've been going through, and we're gonna definitely try to read the book, get some counseling, and try to figure it out.
On Divorce Court today, Kalia had a rough start in life, left at a bus stop and then adopted by a family who had to research her true age. She was young when she married Dennis and is afraid their life together is beginning to fall apart. Kalia Spain and Dennis Spain have brought their dispute for Judge Lynn Toler to resolve. Testimony in Divorce Court starts now.
Mrs. Spain, you say that you are 19 years old on paper, but technically you're really 23. You have to explain that to me.
Well, see, on paper, I'm 19, but in real life, I'm 23. My mother, who was a crack addict, burned all of my documents in a house fire. And so then I wasn't able to do anything or go anywhere. And it took several years for my adoptive mother to go to the Vital Records office and find out how old I really am. And truly, I'm older than what it may be. I'm not 19, I'm 23 years old. Mm-hmm. And have
you ever resolved that? I mean, you can reconcile all that to, so all of your documents.
I never knew how.
Yeah. There's a way to do it. I mean, we could get you started, but there is a way to do that. Mr. Spain, there's no confusion about your age. You're 49.
Yes, sir.
All righty. And the two of you have been married for how long?
Since March 23rd, 2011.
Okay. And you don't want to be married anymore? Mrs. Spain, why don't you tell me You look like a bit of an unlikely couple. Can I just say that? 23, 19, whatever you may be, 49. Explain to me the genesis of your union. How did you two get together?
Well, see, in North Sacramento, I met him in the same building I was in because I was currently dating somebody in that same building, and we were having issues, so I would go downstairs and talk to him and try and reconcile stuff, and I didn't know my father, so he was like a father figure to me at first. And so I was always crying and running downstairs and all of this, and next thing you know, I just started dating him. And in the beginning of our relationship, it was great, but when we moved out from North Sacramento about 5-6 months ago, everything went from great to worse.
Mr. Spain, do you basically agree with that assessment of the course of your relationship?
Yeah, I do, but the reason why I don't want to have that much fun anymore is because we have a child, and he's real time-consuming.
Yeah, how old is your child?
He's getting ready to be 13 months.
13 months old, and you got another one on the way?
Yes, I'm 6.5 months pregnant.
You're 6.5 months pregnant. Do you think there's any validity in his statement? The reason we don't have as much fun anymore is we have a 13-month-old that we're caring for.
No, it's a kid. We should go out as a family and do stuff as a family together, as one, in a union. That's what a family does.
Right.
So I'm not understanding why he would always want to sit on his butt when we could take our child to the park and go down and slide with him and all this other stuff, because where we came from in that same building, we would take 10, 12 kids out to the river, just me and him, out to the river, with all of the parents' permission. So I'm not understanding what's going on with this.
Mr. Spain, she says you had a fun side even with children, and you've chosen to be less than fun. Do you see what her point there?
Yeah, I do, but...
Are you working?
Yeah.
Do you work?
I'm a stay-at-home mom right now because currently I'm pregnant, but I used to do daycare with my mom, and I did that for almost 17 years with her.
Okay. You say that once you got married and moved, your husband abandoned his familial duties in order to hang out with his friends. Is that true?
Oh, yes, it's true. I was in the bathroom, and we got windows everywhere, and it'd be hot, so we opened up all of the windows so the air could circulate throughout the house. And all I hear was, Dennis, and I know it's his homeboy, he's calling his name and stuff, and he was in the process of changing our son's diaper. In the process of changing our son's diaper, and heard them calling him, so he just got up and just disappeared. And I come out the bathroom, I got a half diaper hanging off my son's butt.
Did you leave mid-diaper change in order to go hang with your friends?
It wasn't. It was on there when I went out the door. It was on there, but he must have unpeeled it when we walked out. But I told her I'd be right back.
Were you right back?
Yeah, like 20 minutes later.
Did you make sure she was out of the bathroom before you left? You can't leave those people alone at all at that age.
No.
Exactly.
I thought she was getting out, but she wasn't. She was still in there when I got back.
I can't do that, you know.
No.
You have to have an actual visual transfer from one to another. You can't just assume, oh, she'll be out in a little, this little person. You know, it can cause a war before all that goes on. They're very busy people.
Yes, ma'am.
You say your wife nags you too much.
Yeah, because if I don't get up in the morning with the baby, she'll nag at me. Even though the day before I did it, I was up with him the day before. She wants me to do it the next day too sometimes. I'm like, I can't do it every day.
Well, let me ask you that, Mrs. Spain. He's out working every day. Don't you think you should get up with the baby?
He works at home. In-home care support. You clean up. I wake up at 4:30 in the morning being 6.5 months pregnant with a baby. You get mad at me, you still sleep. What is it? Am I making too much noise or something? It's a baby. What do you expect? He's gonna be loud. So I'm not understanding this. I'm not understanding it at all.
Yeah, I don't understand that either because I do it just as much as she does every day. Sometimes even more. Sometimes there's days where she don't want to do nothing, where I got to get this, get the water, get this, get the baby, do this, take it, put it in the bath. Sometimes I'm just really tired and I don't have time to do it.
I'm still trying to figure you people out. I keep, you know what I mean? And it's not just a disparity or the difference in color or age or size or anything like that, but you're out there, wow, pow, you know, bang, bang, boom, and you're kind of like,
just laid back
and I'm trying to figure out how this ever really worked because it doesn't compute for me. Why don't I ask you the question I asked her? When you two first got together, what was it that attracted you to her? Other than she's pretty, which we can all see.
It was actually her personality. And the way she would carry herself, and it was just the way she talked. Everything about her I liked about her.
Ooh. Okay.
I don't know how else to explain it because we had the same
Did you have any
personality.
concerns about marrying someone so much younger than you?
Yeah, I did.
What were some of your concerns?
She would probably still want to go out and party and have younger friends than I do.
Did you discuss that with her?
Yeah.
And what was the outcome of the conversation?
That we wanted similar things. She wanted to settle down, and I wanted to settle down and spend time with her family, do a family thing instead of being out there doing other stuff.
All righty, okay.
Next, is help from Dennis's family actually causing conflict in this marriage? Are your in-laws all up in your business and destroying your marriage? Call toll-free at 1-877-311-2222 or visit our website at divorcecourt.com. Become a fan at facebook.com/divorcecourt.
Couples in crisis, real resolution. Divorce Court continues.
Mr. Spain, is this your first? This is not your first marriage. Let
No.
me put that. You've been married before.
Yes.
And you've got a daughter that's older than she.
Yes, I do.
Okay. She says that your entire family doesn't like her and that you don't defend her.
I do defend her.
Does your family not like her? Let's start there.
Yeah. I don't know what it is. They just have a problem with each other. I get stuck in the middle. Family, wife. Which side do I go to?
Yeah.
I can't go to either side.
That's an age-old question.
Yeah,
you know, you got to kind of have to. At 49, you should have that one worked out by now. But anyway, Mr. Spain, you say your wife spends too much time on social media. Why don't you explain that to me?
First thing in the morning, she gets up, tablets in the hand. Click, click, click all day long. Lunchtime, same thing. Taking care of the baby, got the baby in his hand, tablet in his hand. If it's not there, it's on a charger.
What's she doing on there?
Media site she's on. I don't know what it is. Like sometimes say you're talking to your friends, but I don't know because when I walk by, you turn this way.
Ms. Spain, do you spend a lot of time with electronic devices?
With the electronic devices, but I'm never always playing games because I don't like sitting on my butt. So I'll be looking for jobs for after I have this baby. Little do he know.
So that's what you're doing, is looking for jobs?
Yes, and I do not turn around. I'm pregnant. I have to adjust myself to get comfortable every now and again. I'm not turning away from you. I show you what I'm doing. I show him what I'm doing, and I have witnesses for that. I show him what I'm doing on social media, looking for jobs. That's it.
That's it? That's all?
That's all. And talking to my mama because she still lives in Sacramento.
And you talk to your mom on there. Do you guys argue a lot?
Sometimes, but it's more like nagging because I don't.
Yeah, because you don't say much, do you?
If I don't get the dishes done.
You just kind of let it happen to you, right?
If I don't get the dishes done, or if I don't change the baby on his right time, or if I don't put him in the bath at 7:45, that's a problem. Sometimes you don't have time to do that. Sometimes you just got home and you just want to sit down and relax, but you have to be in the shower, in the bathtub at 7:45.
Mrs. Spain, you seem angry.
Yes, I'm angry.
What are you angry about?
You have to have compromisation in the relationship. I'm trying to get my son ready for when he has to go to school. And he already knows to go to bed at 8 o'clock, so I'm asking you because it's hard for me to get down on the floor and give him the bath in the bathtub because he moves a lot. He does a lot of moving and stuff, and he's been kicking me in my stomach and stuff lately, so I've been asking him as the father to do it, but it's always a problem. He always thinks I'm nagging him. I'm not nagging him. I'm just asking you to do your fatherly duties.
And I do them, but...
Well, what isn't he I mean, does he never do it? He just doesn't do it quickly enough for you? He doesn't do it well enough? What exactly is the issue?
I sometimes have to do hard labor.
Like?
pick up heavy objects. We got a cluttered house. We have a 1-year-old. He's in the process of starting to walk. He crawls around everywhere and he gets into everything. So I'm making sure my son is safe instead of sorry, because I don't want nothing to happen to my child just because you don't want to be a father and do it.
When divorce court continues, can Kalia explain why she wants this marriage to work?
Do you think the age difference between Kalia and Dennis is a problem in their marriage? Call 1-800-282-1991 to vote now and see if America agrees with your opinion. You'll also receive some valuable offers.
If you would like your case heard on Divorce Court, call us toll-free at 1-877-311-2222 or log on to our website at divorcecourt.com and join the conversation on Twitter at Divorce Court. Divorce Court continues.
Here's the thing. I think she does nag you all the time, and I think that she thinks you need to do more. But I kind of think you don't want to do anything because I'm pregnant. I mean, you don't work outside the home, correct?
Correct.
I mean, what are you doing all day?
Cleaning up, cooking for the child, cleaning up the house 24/7, making sure he can't pick up nothing and put it on the floor because it's all carpet, making sure he can't pick up nothing to swallow and chew.
Do you know I've had a couple of kids myself?
Yeah.
And I know how much time it takes and how much attention it takes. And you know, it's a lot of work, no doubt about it. 24/7, 365. But it's not like you're saying that, like, you can't do anything because you got to, it's not like that. I mean, it just isn't. Right?
Right, but it's like, when you have to ask him, he goes to, this is what the main problem is. I have to call him 8 to 10 times for him to show up. His homies.
Where will he be?
In the next room. I'll be in the living room. In the next room, like our bedroom, which is right in the living room. All you have to do is
why can't you get
one
up
door.
and get him? Why do you have to call him?
Because sometimes I'll be feeding the baby and sometimes I'll be doing all this other stuff and it's just getting irritating that I'm literally cleaning up the house too, 24/7, and that's what's irritating. He lives
I don't
there.
know what is wrong with you. You're living in a house that you don't pay for. Your husband's got a job. You don't work. You don't go to school. You got a 13-month-old baby. I've had a couple of those people, and I've been pregnant with a baby, and I know what it's like. And it's like I didn't text my husband from the next room. That's ridiculous. We didn't even iPhone back then. We had we had to walk all the way to the wall. I don't even know what you're talking about. We had to get your envelopes, everything, old school, get a stamp out, all of it. It was labor intensive. You guys just clicking a button and wondering why, something just didn't pop up in the thing all of a sudden. Holy cow. I'm mad now.
Judge Lynn Toler's ruling next.
It's time for you to call 1-800-282-1991 to answer today's question. You'll receive some valuable offers. Call now.
Divorce Court. Judge Lynn Toler's ruling right now.
Mrs. Spain, in your petition, you said one of the most definitive things anybody's ever said to me. And you say, and I quote, "Nothing about this marriage benefits me anymore." And you want $300 for the replacement of cost of your wedding ring that you say he pawned. When you say nothing benefits you in this marriage, what used to benefit you that no longer does?
He used to always be there, literally be there for me, because I be getting jumped on by his family member for the longest. I'd be getting jumped on and jumped on. He used to always be right there. But now it's a problem. He doesn't want to help. He doesn't want to even come talk to me as my husband. He doesn't even want to come talk to me. And that's hurtful because your family members are jumping on me and jumping on my back and I got to deal with it.
Jumping on you about what?
He had this friend and she had this friend. And she was living with the other family member at the time, and she was getting called all kind of names and stuff. I'm there to stop them names, I'm foul names, all of those names. And then next thing you know, when she get mad at me, she's jumping on my back, calling me all the names I defended her for somebody else calling her. And I'm supposed to be a family member.
I get it. Mr. Spain, does anything benefit you at all in this marriage?
Yeah, having a family.
Right.
I don't want to lose a family. I've been through there before and lost it, and now that I have one again, I don't want to lose the family.
Ms. Spain, you say he pawned your wedding ring without your permission. Explain that to me, and you want to be reimbursed for that. Explain that to me.
We only had him for less than a month. And next thing you know, I was always wearing it, flashing and saying, oh, look at what my husband bought me and all this, happy and excited. But next thing you know, when I look in the specific spot, which is in the top drawer, my drawer where I put all my feminine objects and everything else, that's where it was. I went one day, opened up that drawer, and it was gone.
Now, were you living in his family member's house at the time, or were you still elsewhere?
No, family members.
Family member's house. Mr. Spain, do you have any idea where that went?
I had to pawn them because I had to pay a bill.
You had to pawn it? What bill did you pay?
It was a phone bill, an outstanding phone bill that I had.
He pawned it to pay the phone bill. Did you ask her?
No, I should have. But I just went in there and grabbed it and went and sold them. Didn't even pawn them. Actually, I sold them to the...
You sold them?
Yeah. So I couldn't even get them back. That's was the bad part about it.
See? Let me tell you something,
See?
Mrs. Payne.
See?
You know, I know you're leaving him. He's a good guy. He's a got a little dish rag going on over there. You know, he doesn't seem like, you know, but he's a good guy. And he treats you well. You're in somebody else's house. You want too much for putting in too little. And you wondering why this man who's working and got you in with the relative can't do more for the baby because you're so busy, I don't know, lugging around this big belly. You talking like nobody ever been pregnant before. Like it's like, man, you don't know what it's like. Been there, done that. You know what I mean? With kids in the house and everything. So you need to get a clue and get a grip and get some focus on the bigger picture. Pep it up a little bit. Get some coffee, something. You know, just turn it up and get click something. You know, keep your wife happy, all this kind of stuff. But if you want to leave, you could leave. But you're not leaving with that $300 that he spent on a phone bill some 3-4 years ago. That's ridiculous. There's the doctrine of latches, which does not allow you to leave a whole bunch of years in between the wrong that was done and the money that you're asking for. Therefore, there will be no recovery in this matter. It is so ordered.
Kalia and Dennis agree with the judge. Kalia understands that she gets a lot of support from Dennis and will try to make their marriage work. Post a comment or submit your case at divorcecourt.com or call toll-free 1-877-311-2222. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter at Divorce Court.